What's up, Listo?
So,
So, would you join the army? Go to war?
if I had a choice, would I go? No. But if it was forced, I would still go.
If you had to go?
If I had to go, I'd go.
If they drafted you and sent you to war, you wouldn't be a draft dodger? You wouldn't go run and hide?
No. I would battle.
You'd battle. But you wouldn't, if they said, do you want to or not? You're not interested?
I would say, I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. What if one of our major cities in Canada got bombed by another country?
I would bomb them.
You'd go to war? You'd join? You're not allowed.
So?
No, I won't let you.
So?
Me and your mother will never let you join the army.
Not true.
Not true?
Not true.
You're going? Whether we like it or not?
Yep.
I don't think I'd go to war. If the war came to our front door, like if it was here in Canada, then I'd fight. But I don't think I would go to another country and fight. I just don't.
Would.
You would? I just don't believe anything that I hear. Like if they're like, this country bombed Canada, I'd be like, did they? Or are you just telling me that? You never know. You'd go though? Yeah. Well, that's pretty honorable of you, I'd say.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Father-Son vibe. ListoCorps, yeah, we're keeping it alive. Talking movies, board games, video game grind. Two minds combined, sharp wit intertwined. ListoCorps, where the convo's a feast. From the classics to the new, with the beauty and the beast. Grab a seat, hit play, let the banter increase. Father and son, we unleash the unleashed. Corpse got the wisdom, the dad jokes galore. Only still bringing heat, young blood never a bore. Controllers and hand dice hitting the floor. Breaking down the lore, always coming back for more. From the screen to the table, we dissect and explore. Hidden gems and blockbusters, legends and the lore. Press start, roll the dice, open up the next door. Father-son duo, never hear you yell and snore. Corpse got the deep cuts, Listo keeps it fresh. Opinions fly sharp like a cinematic sketch. Talking plot twist, Easter eggs, what to digest. A podcast, the quest, every topic gets addressed. ListoCorps, where the convo's a feast. From the classics to the new, with the beauty and the beast. Grab a seat, hit play, let the banter increase. Father and son, we unleash the unleashed.
Listo!
Up.
Welcome to the ListoCorps Podcast, the Father-Son podcast where we review whatever we want. Movies, video games, board games, you name it. Every episode we try to have a main focus theme that we look at. Today we are looking at Warfare, the 2025 film, and we are pairing that with the original Modern Warfare trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. For various consoles. What do we got it for? Xbox 360 and PS3. But before we get into any of that, I would like to know what is going on in the life of Listo. What's new with you?
Baseball. Well, no, baseball's over, sorry.
Baseball is over.
Oh, God.
Finally.
Nothing really.
Nothing really. You've had two of your great grandmas come to visit over the last 3 weeks. And so we've just been doing old people stuff through the start of our summer, haven't we? And today, your great-grandma left. It was sad. We hate to see them go. But we also get to kind of have a break now.
Yeah, and get to do our podcast more.
Get to do our podcast finally. Kind of felt guilty if we would have had your great-grandma. They both live in 10-hour drive away in either
one
direction.
Lives at least at like 13, maybe.
Yeah, it took us like 11 to 12. We drove there last year. It took us like 11 to 12 hours to drive there. And then
But the other one lives in Vancouver, so it's pretty far.
Yeah, that's even further. So when they come to visit, we don't want to be like, oh yeah, we're going to go downstairs and record a podcast for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And ditch out on them. We like to spend time with them. So that's been what we've been doing, basically.
Birthdays.
Lots of birthdays. Your mom and your sister had a birthday.
My grandma, my great-grandma.
We had 4 birthdays just this weekend alone.
Including Friday.
Plus your year-end roller hockey barbecue and little scrimmage. So we wrapped up the last year's sports.
And we destroyed the other team.
You destroyed the other team. That was a fun day, though. It was super hot. It was 36 degrees, I believe, out. Just in the no shade.
Pretty sure 35.
35, you think? So that was a hot day. That was a fun day, though. And now you're going camping this week?
Yep.
So we got to record this podcast. So I think we're playing D&D with your cousins tomorrow. So it's today, or we'll have to wait another week before we get another episode out. So let's get her done, eh? So that's what we've been up to. You been watching any movies?
No, Predator.
Predator, which we won't really talk about because we got an episode coming out on that.
Yeah.
You and your sister, you watched Lilo and Stitch, the new one, I think, right?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago already?
That was like before.
Well, that's been since the last podcast that we had.
That was before it.
You think so? Well, did we talk about it last time?
No.
What do you think of that movie? Your sister had a Lilo and Stitch themed birthday.
So I had to watch it.
So you had to watch it. What do you think of it? As far as...
Decent.
It was decent? Anything you liked about it?
No.
Nothing worth talking about?
No.
We watched Halloween Kills. You remember that? The second one?
I didn't watch that. You understand.
You started it. You watched about half of it with us, and then you went for a sleepover at Grandma's, and me and your sister finished it.
Nice.
I like that movie. A lot of people have mixed reviews on those. I think as time goes on, people will like them more and more.
Yeah.
But it seems when new stuff comes out, you get the people are a little more harsh as far as criticizing movies goes.
Yeah.
Books? You read any books?
Hobbit.
Been reading a little bit of Hobbit. You started a hockey book too. Rebel Glory.
Rebel Glory, and then I also started one last night, and
What did you start last night?
Or no, the night before.
Fortnite? That Fortnite?
That Fortnite.
What is it called?
Battle.
Stuck in the Battle Royale or something
Stuck in
like
the
that?
Battle Royale.
That looks cool.
Yep.
And I found out that there was a Fortnite Magic the Gathering pack that came out a while ago, which the cards seem pretty hard to find. Because what they did, they didn't actually make Fortnite cards. They just took cards that already existed and re-sleeved them or something like that, they call it. Where they just put like a Fortnite picture on a card that already exists. So they didn't actually make new cards for Fortnite. They just came out with like, I think 8 cards or something like that. And they're Fortnite themed, but they're already a card that was in the pack. I'd still like to get my hands on some of those. That's something we'll have to keep our eyes out for when we go to conventions and stuff.
I know a lot of Fortnite characters, so I'll probably know them by the way we go.
There's a battle bus, and there was they also had that pink bear guy. You know the pink bear? Do you know its name? Can't remember right now, eh? On the tip of your tongue?
Cuddle Team Leader.
Cuddle Team Leader, there you go.
No.
Yeah. And then I don't remember what the other ones are. Or what's the guy with the blonde hair? Jones. Yeah, I think there's a Jonesy in there too or something like that. I don't remember.
Probably a Big Frost.
There's a bunch of those. I saw there's a bunch of old packs. There's like a Street Fighter one, Transformers.
Was there a hot dog as one of them?
I don't know. I could look it up right now really quick actually if you want.
Okay, do it.
Yeah. And so yeah, they have Street Fighter, they have The Walking Dead, they have Doctor Who, Transformers, and then they have like a horror theme pack. You got a bunch of different stuff. Or Dance Battle, that's what the pink guy's called. Battle Bus, Battle Royale, that's got Jonesy on it. Supply Llama. The Cube, you remember the Cube from that season?
Kevin the Cube. I love Kevin.
The Spire. What else do we got here? Boogie Bomb. Shrinking Storm.
Yeah.
Crack the Vault. So those look pretty cool. Like the island cards, those are sweet. That'd be sweet just to have a land card like
That's
that. Eh?
the agent. That's not the agency. What is that?
Remember when you used to be able to fish for sharks and then you could...
Yes. You could ride them with things. Who's that?
Jace the Mind Sculpture. That doesn't look like Fortnite to me, is it? I think so.
That is.
Mountain card. Forest card. Yeah, there's quite a bit of them. 3, 6, 9, 12 at least on that page. That looks like all of the ones.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, the Rift Goddess.
She's an 8-8.
That's a pretty good card. See, I want to try and find some of these.
Wait, go out. There's a graded. Oh, wait.
I wonder if that's real. Ariana
Go
Grande.
down. Go down.
The gritty? Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, we gotta see if there's some of those.
I need that.
And, what was that? Oh, yeah, because you were reading the Fortnite book.
Yeah.
And what else? Movies, video games? What video games have you been playing?
Fortnite.
The regular. Fortnite, wrestling. Wrestling, you found out there were some different game modes that you can play.
Yeah.
Like?
My Rise.
My Rise? What's that?
So you build a character, which I need your help to. I already did. And yeah, like it gives you you win like titles, and it will say at the top you have like the Snapchat, and it's like these wrestlers will like challenge you, and you gotta accept it or something like that.
You move your way up?
You move your way up to like be the best superstar, and you go into like tag team match. You can then qualify for Money in the Bank.
Do you have to fight in WrestleMania for the championship?
If you make it to WrestleMania.
Takes a while to get there.
You can make it to the Royal Rumble too.
And I saw you were playing ambulance match.
Ambulance match, casket match, special guest referee. Those are the three.
Those are the three that you like to play right now. Special guest referee, you play as the ref, but you're a character.
Yes.
And what do? You just got tap when guys are pinned, and
you pin. You can count them when they're outside. You can eject players.
You can kick them out
if they hit you or something. You can eject the manager if you instantly, or like if they throw someone through the announce table, you can walk over and say like sorry to the announcers. It's all funny. Yeah, it's really cool.
So those are your main games, eh? Wrestling and Fortnite. That's what you're all about. I rented Final Fantasy 16 from the library for you to try and get into, but you have...
The front cover, I went into it, and it said, do you want to play this? Do you want to play that? Do you want to play this? Do you want to play that? There's a lot of different game modes.
There's a bunch of stuff in there?
Yes.
And you just were not interested?
I didn't know what to press.
Okay. Maybe I can get you started on that. I don't know if Final Fantasy will be a game that you like or not, but... maybe we'll check it out. You want to know what I've been up to?
Yes.
Well, I've been playing Final Fantasy 7. You know that. We want to do an episode on that. Kind of boring. I like well, we'll get into that. We're going to do a review on that.
You went to go pick flowers.
It is I went to pick... You caught me picking flowers in that game, eh? That's not exactly the type of game I like to play, but that's not... luckily, that's a really small part of the game. There's some good stuff about it, but we'll talk more about that because I believe we're going to do a Final Fantasy episode in a couple weeks.
I wish you could have chucked the flowers.
But been playing a lot of that to try and get ready for that episode. That's pretty much the only game I've been playing. And then I watched a ton of movies. You want to hear about them?
Yeah.
Let me bring up my letterbox here and look at my diary because I watched a whole ton.
You have a litter box? You have a kitty litter?
Yeah, I gotta go look at my kitty litter at the crap I've been watching.
The Lego Marvel Avengers Mission.
Demolition.
You watched that with my sister?
Watched that with your sister. I got nothing really to say about that.
Did you watch Halloween Heaven?
So then I watched a movie called Sinners, which a lot of people were talking about when it came out.
Is it good?
It's directed by Ryan Coogler, who also made Black Panther and Creed. So
both really good movies.
Pretty big director, and he teamed up again with his boy Michael B. Jordan, who plays two different characters in this movie, twin brothers, which is kind of cool.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, not the basketball player.
Dang it! He looks like one on his picture, though.
Yeah. He's got more hair than Michael Jordan does.
Michael Jordan's bald.
It says, Dance with the Devil. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back.
I want to go to the next movie.
I just started. So this movie, yeah, that's basically what it's about, except, and it shouldn't really be a twist, but vampires show up. And I don't know, it was a good movie. It's really well made. The music is great. The acting is great. Had a lot of good things going for it. I think at the end of the day, I'd just say it was okay, though. I don't know if I would really recommend it big time to people. It's really well made. There's a lot of good things going. It's not a terrible watch. You wouldn't regret watching it. I don't think it's fine. It reminded me of an older movie called From Dusk Till Dawn, where it's about two guys who are bank robbers, and they go on the run, and they end up at this bar out in the middle of the desert or something like that, and everyone in this bar turns into vampires and attacks them. And it reminded me a lot of that movie. Different style and direction and everything, obviously, and it is a period. This new one was a period piece as well. It was set way back in the day, like shortly after slavery, so there's still a lot of racism going on. Like there's like a black part of town, white part of town, and it's these two brothers who are African American, and they're starting up their own business, so there's a lot of controversy there. So it had, the more I'm talking about it, the more interesting it sounds, and it is a well-made movie. You can watch it if you want. It's fine. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it, so if you want to be in the conversation, then that'd be a reason to watch that one.
A lot of baseball movies.
Yeah, baseball was the month before, so I watched we talked a little bit about that last podcast. I started watching this movie, Havoc, starring ya boy, Tom Hardy, and I'll read the thing. No law, only disorder. When a drug heist swerves lethally out of control, a jaded cop fights his way through a corrupt city's criminal underworld to save a politician's son.
Didn't I watch a little bit of this movie one?
That's right, this is the one. So I started watching it on my own.
I recommend this movie. Great movie.
Yeah, that's right. I started watching this one on my own the one day, I think at work on my lunch break. And then I came home and you were going to bed, and I put it on, and you came upstairs and you're like, "What's this?" And you ended up watching the second half of the movie with me. It's directed by Gareth Evans, and he made two movies called The Raid and The Raid 2.
I watched The Raid 1, I think.
You never watched either of them. Are they Korean or Japanese? I'm not sure. They're not English. But they're just about an apartment building, and some cops show up, and they got to bust their way up the thing. And it was all about the fight scenes in that, and the shootouts and stuff in that movie. And now Havoc, it's all about the fight scenes and the shootouts and that. It is very John Wick style, and
very good movie.
Very bloody. The car chases in it too are shot really uniquely. I haven't seen a movie film car chases the way they did. It's hard to explain, but it really made it look super fast and unique. It was an interesting way. Not the most unique or interesting plot. Like that plot is super cliche, but the action was awesome. And you watched the second half, which was the best half for sure.
I would love to watch Top Gun or
Top Gun. What does that have to do with this?
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. Because
it's kind of carish and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is more gritty than Fast and Furious for sure. But you would like the Fast and Furious movies. I think actually you'd be down with those. I've only seen the first couple of them, and then I kind of lost interest. They're pretty corny, but I'd be down to watch some of those again. I watched The Ugly Stepsister. This is a horror movie. It's a take on the Cinderella story. If the shoe doesn't fit. In a fairy tale kingdom where beauty is a brutal business, Elvira battles to compete with her incredibly beautiful stepsister, and she will go to any length to catch the prince's eye. This is a foreign film, Norwegian, I believe, so it's in subtitles, and it's about the ugly stepsister and what she has to do, and it's set a long time ago with princes and knights and all that kind of stuff, and so she has to get she wants to fix her nose because her nose is crooked, so she gets a nose job. Nowadays, you can get a surgery for that. Back then, they would just take a chisel and a hammer and just break the bone and smash your face. And then she wants to get skinny, so nowadays you can take pills for that, or there's exercise stuff and diets you can do. She swallows a tapeworm. You ever heard of a tapeworm? Tapeworm lives in your stomach, so when you eat food, the tapeworm eats the food that goes into your stomach. So then you don't gain the weight, but you still feel full. And the tapeworm just grows and grows. It can grow up to 30 feet or something like that. Like this massive worm just living in your stomach. but it also takes the nutrients away from you. So if you don't have you're not getting the nutrients, then your hair will start to fall out, stuff like that. She does a few other things. I don't remember what they were exactly.
What do you mean by that? So I have one in my belly?
No, you don't have a tapeworm. People don't want tapeworms. It's not something you want, but she gave one to herself so she'd be skinny. So she could eat all the food she wanted, but then she would lose weight. So yeah, she does all these things to make herself look pretty, but it just ends up making her look worse until she's like a monster, basically. That's kind of
stepsister.
Is an interesting one. The reason actually this one has gotten some pretty good reviews. The Ugly Stepsister has a 3.7 on Letterboxd, which is pretty good. 5 stars from one guy. I follow 3 stars. So well received movie. A thing that's kind of going on with horror movies right now is a lot of old stories and characters have all you get a copyright on the character that you create, right? So no, if I create a character, no one else can make a movie about that character because I own that character, right? After a certain amount of time goes by, like I don't know how long it is, it's got to be like 80 years or something like that. You no longer can renew your copyright on your characters, so they become public domain. So a lot of characters recently a bunch of old characters have been losing their licensing and they've been becoming public domain. So characters like Mickey Mouse, Cinderella, Popeye the Sailor's Man, Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan,
Ariel,
Little Mermaid, all these old cartoons that a lot of people grew up with are now becoming public domain, and the horror movie community is running wild with it, and they're all just putting out movies. So Ugly Stepsister would be the Cinderella one that came out, and then I've been watching then this year 3 Popeye the Sailor's Man ones came out. Do you know who Popeye the Sailor's Man is?
Yes.
You do know who he is?
He eats savage.
Huh?
Doesn't he eat savage or something like that? What does he eat?
Spinach.
Spinach.
He eats spinach, that's right. So in the cartoons, he has his girlfriend named Olive Oil, and she's always getting herself kidnapped and into trouble and stuff. And he eats down a can of spinach and grows these huge muscles and goes and beats up bad guys and stuff. Well, in the horror movies, Popeye the Sailor Man is just coming to town and killing a bunch of teenagers. And there's been 3 movies this year that came out that were Popeye the Sailor's movies, and they are all terrible movies.
Really?
Yes. The Ugly Stepsister was actually like a well-made movie. The Popeye the Sailor's ones are just like cheap, crappy horror movies. I feel like they have a charm to them. In all 3 of them, Popeye looks cool. Like he's this sailor dude smoking a pipe with these massive forearms. Like it's not even his biceps; it's his forearms that are just ginormous. And he just shows up and just murders all these people. So I think they're fun to watch, but you need to have a very high tolerance for crappy horror movies if you're going to watch any of these movies. But you can do worse. And I did do worse with a movie called Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. I'm not even going to waste any time talking about that one.
Can I see it?
Piglet. Click on it. This pork will chop you up. On Kate's 21st birthday camping trip, her friends encounter Piglet, a monstrous human pig hybrid who brutally murders one of them. They uncover Piglet's origins, and Kate must confront her past to survive the relentless killer. Garbage movie. I got nothing good to say about this one. What did I say about it? Lazy, bad dialogue, pacing, all around misses the mark. Just terrible movie. Even worse than that, though, was what was the other one I watched? Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Death and Porridge. Quite possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It looks cool from the cover, eh? There's nothing good about this movie. Stay away from that one. The Goldilocks one, stay away from. Piglet, stay away from.
Piglet has a worse review than Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Worse rating?
Yep.
Did it really?
Yes.
We got Goldilocks has 2.4 for some reason. That must be their like friends and stuff rating it.
The other one had 1.7.
Seriously? 1.7. That's crazy. Yeah.
Piglet looks good.
They're both terrible. And the Popeyes ones are not good either, but I still had fun with them because Popeye
It's Popeye.
He looks cool. At least he looks cool. So there's Popeye's Revenge.
That front cover.
Popeye the Slayer Man.
Can
And
I see that?
Shiver Me Timbers.
Can I see Shiver Me Timbers?
You want to see Popeye the Slayer's Man? I watched that one a while ago.
I want to watch Shiver Me Timbers.
There's Popeye the Slayer Man. Here's this one. So it's got a 1.9 on Letterboxd. So yeah, people don't like that. But he looks cool at least, eh? Look at those forearms.
Oh
His
my
muscles
god!
are massive. He looks ridiculous. And
He's
they're all
buff.
similar. Popeye shows up, kills a bunch of kids. It's super bloody.
He's buff.
The second one I watched, I believe, which was that Shiver Me Timbers? Shiver Me Timbers. The one girl gets a massive saw at the end of the movie. And so that one sticks out for that reason. It has terrible CGI in it. Even his face is computer animated. It looks like a filter.
It looks like someone.
His pipe is a leg bone.
Damn.
That's someone's leg bone that he carved into a
I
pipe.
think the best thing about that front cover is that his head looks like his muscles.
He's got a muscly head too. And he looks, which one? No, the next one he looks the worst in. Shiver Me Timbers out of the three is probably my favorite, but they're all pretty similar. Shiver Me Timbers got 2.4, so at least that one got almost a good rating. And then
What about the
Popeye's Revenge got a 1.6. So yeah, Shiver Me Timbers is the highest rated one too. So if you're gonna watch one, watch Shiver Me Timbers, but they're all pretty similar.
what about what about one of the Biggie Mouse movies that you want to watch in theaters?
Screamboat. I watched that a while ago. When did I watch Screamboat? Way back here. Screamboat I watched March 5th. Way back when. I went to the theaters on that one. It was funny. Again, it's crappy. Look how crappy he looks.
It's funny.
But it's Mickey Mouse on a boat killing people. It's fine. And the guy that the actor who played Art the Clown in the Terrifier, David Howard, yeah, in the Terrifier movies, he plays Mickey Mouse. So similar mannerisms. He does a good job again. It's fine. Again, watch that one. It's fun to laugh at that movie. It's still stupid.
What about Mickey 17? Mickey 17, I went and watched actually.
Mickey 17.
Great movie.
Mickey
Loving
17
it.
was fun. It
was funny.
That one's about a guy who they keep cloning him so they can send him on missions where you probably won't survive. And then when you die, they just release a clone of you again. So you just keep coming back to life. And somehow you keep your memories too, which is kind of weird. I didn't really understand how that worked.
But one time they found him, but he was actually knocked out.
And so then they cloned him. They thought he was dead, and then there was two of them, and that caused some problems.
And they called him Mickey 18.
He's dying to save mankind. Unlikely hero Mickey Barnes finds himself in the extraordinary circumstances of working for an employer who demands the ultimate commitment to the job, to die for a living. By Boon Jong-ho, who won an Oscar a year or two ago for the movie Parasite, which I thought was fine. He made Snowpiercer, Okja, and The Host, which I think is a wicked movie. You should watch that with me sometime. The Host. And Mother,
Did you watch
Bark the Dogs Don't Bite. He's a very well-renowned
Did you watch that
Korean
Ariel movie?
director. Which one?
The Ariel movie? The Ariel one?
Ariel?
Ariel scary, like horror movie?
The Little Mermaid scary one? I think I'm going to skip that one.
Is it good?
I have no idea. It didn't get good reviews, and I don't know. I'm probably going to skip that one. I watched The Surfer the other day with Nicolas Cage in it. His new Nicolas Cage movies. I pretty much watch anything that Nicolas Cage puts out these days. I love all his movies. Mandy's wicked. That's a sweet movie. I don't know if I'd watch that with you.
I like Spider-Man.
He's in... Who does Nicolas Cage play in Spider-Man? Let's scroll through.
I was watching this movie this morning.
Nicolas Cage is Spider-Man Noir. Oh, wicked.
I was watching this movie this morning.
Really? Were you really? And then he just came up with it. Surfer, don't live here, don't surf here. A man returns to the idyllic beach of his childhood to surf with his son. When he is humiliated by a group of locals, the man is drawn into a conflict that keeps rising and pushes him to his breaking point.
What's the movie where like they their grandpa died or something like that, or their boss died on the trip.
Weekend at Bernie's?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. You like that movie?
I love it.
That was a fun one to watch with you guys.
What's its review?
Weekend at Bernie's is a classic. People love that movie. It's going to be highly rated for sure. Weekend at Bernie's. 3.2 only. It's probably gone down over the years.
Andrew McIntyre. What movies did Andrew McIntyre make? I feel like he made a movie that I watched.
Andrew McCarthy?
Yeah, sorry.
Andrew McCarthy. No. Nothing good. Bunch of crap.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. That's all. The only good. Pretty in Pink. I'm not interested
What
in.
about Weekend at Bernie's?
It's St. Elmo's Fire. The passion burns deep. A group of friends just out of college struggle with adulthood. Yeah, no thanks.
What about
Spiderwick Chronicles I'd watch.
What about that one?
Weekend at Bernie's 2. 2.5. So not terrible ratings. I'd check that out. What else did I watch? Yeah, I was talking about The Surfer, but a good one-time watch. Kind of a mind trip movie.
Warfare.
Less you know going in, the better. If you're into kind of weird movies and Nicolas Cage, check it out. Black Mirror USS Callister Into Infinity is part 2 of an episode of Black Mirror. I have not seen a lot of Black Mirror. Actually, this is all I've watched was the 2 USS Callister episodes, and they are super sick. Let's see if I can find the first one on here. USS Callister. Captain Robert Daly presides over his crew with wisdom and courage, but a new recruit will soon discover nothing on his spaceship is what it seems. It's a Star Trek parody, except that it's part Star Trek parody, but really it's like a virtual reality game. Except you tap into your brain and your whole body goes into the game, and you kind of go into like a paralysis, and you go into this game. It's like a future technology of like what the future of VR will be, and he goes into this game where he is like the head of a Starfleet. They're on a spaceship and he's like the captain, and then we find out that he in the real world has been cloning people and putting them into this game. So they pop into this game and they think they're a real person, but really they're in this game, and he's trapped them there, and he can control them in this game. So it's like the real version of them is living in the real version, and then a clone of them is living in the game, and they're kind of prisoners in this game.
Oh.
So it's super freaky, and he kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say too much because people should totally check it out. And they came out, so the episode 1, season 4, back in 2017 was the first episode of USS Callister.
I was 1 year old.
You were 1 year old, and I never watched it back then. But for some reason, I got the urge to watch this USS Callister, so I did that, and then I watched part 2 as well recently, and I won't go too much into that either, but it is very make you think type thing.
Who's the director?
Very
Tommy
smartly written,
Henson's.
super freaky.
Tommy Henson.
He's just done some, he hasn't done much. He's done a couple episodes of Black Mirror, and I would highly recommend people check out Black Mirror USS Callister.
One movie that I really want to check out is the new Superman movie.
Yeah, that looks sweet. I wish we could have done an episode on that, but we got too much planned already. We'd have to scrap Jurassic World and do Superman instead. That's up to you. Did I watch anything else worth talking about?
Popeyes. No.
Heart Eyes is a good new slasher movie. Valentine's Day slasher movie. Super bloody. No couple is safe. When the Heart Eyes killer strikes Seattle, a pair of co-workers pulling overtime on Valentine's Day are mistaken for a couple by the elusive couple hunting killer. Now they must spend the most romantic night of the year running for their lives. I don't have a ton to say about that, except if you like slasher movies, this was a fun slasher movie. Well made, great kills. I recommend it. Check it out.
Cool.
I won't go too much into that one, but check it out. You like slasher movies? I was happy with that movie. I gave it 3.5 stars. It's got 2.8 only on.
I think we talked about this last time. What is my favorite horror movie?
Yeah. Do you remember, or have you changed it since then?
It's either Ghostface, or I still want to watch Pinhead. But
So probably Scream.
right now it's Scream.
Scream. Did you watch Final Destination with your sister and me?
Final Destination.
The one where people just die randomly in weird, crazy ways?
Can I see the picture of Final Destination? Nope.
When, how do they die? Like the lawnmower, like just starts
Oh,
running. Yeah. Hey, it was really good. Final Destination Bloodlines. Me and the kids watched that one. Death runs in the family.
Remy loved it.
Plagued by a violent, recurring nightmare, college student Stephanie heads home to track down the one person who might be able to break the cycle and save her family from the grisly demise that inevitably waits them all.
I liked when
How many Final Destination movies are there?
What number was that?
How many Final Destination movies? There are 6 of them. So this is the 6th one, and they're all the same thing. You know,
Remy watched
the curse
it.
hits some people, and they all start dying, and they gotta find out how to end the curse.
I liked when the chain got wrapped around
Oh.
the guy's earring.
Oh, was it a nose ring?
It
Or is it a lip
nose
ring?
It was a nose ring.
Nose ring or lip ring? Oh, yeah, nose ring, I think. That was nasty. So, yeah, a lot of cringy kills.
Cringy.
Yeah, it
I
makes you
never-
cringe, like,
I know.
But that was fun. That was a fun movie to watch. And
What's it rated?
if like
It's a good movie.
3.3.
I get it. I get why. It has some weird like.
Anything
drawbacks.
over 3 on Letterboxd is pretty good, I think.
I don't like movie. That's a good rating for me because it's kind of bad, but kind of good. So
It's just dumb fun.
Uh-huh.
It's a dumb fun movie.
What's the
we
highest
had
rating I can get?
5.
I've
So
never
3.
seen a movie get 5.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any.
What about Scream? What is Scream rated?
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, because that would be a high rating.
Scream got a 4.0. Look at that. That's pretty good.
Is that number 1?
Pretty
I
good.
feel like number 3 was my favorite.
Movies.
Number 3.
It doesn't matter. So, let's see. You want to see what the new Superman's at right now? 4.0. Pretty good reviews. Oh, he's got his dog in the picture.
Mhm.
What's his dog? Crypto.
Crypto.
He's in Fortnite, eh?
Yeah, throw a dog bone and he comes down, smashing the ground.
That's sweet.
And he bites him if he's on the ground. He'll bite him.
4.0 and Jurassic World 2.8. So which one should we watch instead?
In theaters?
2.8 is what it's got so far.
I want to go watch a movie in theaters.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So either one of those are in theaters.
I want to watch
Any other movies I want to talk about? Quick, The Monkey. It's
Me and my monkey.
2.7 only. Wow.
I want to watch
Very
this.
creepy monkey.
I want to watch
Very
this.
much like Final Destination. The monkey starts drumming on his drum and somebody dies in like a way that looks like an accident. But it's probably the monkey doing it.
Me
Made
and
by-
my monkey.
Made by Osgood Perkins, who's been on a roll lately with Long Legs, The Blackcoat's Daughter, Gretel and Hansel, and now The Monkey.
Me
I-
and my monkey.
I liked that one.
Monkey
I
doesn't
I thought that
wear any
was
pants.
a good movie. Check that one out.
Me
is-
and my monkey. Monkey doesn't wear.
Clown in a Cornfield. Won't talk too much about that one. Creepy clowns killing people in a town.
Ooh, sounds like a fun movie to watch.
It was fun. It was fun. It was fine.
Bloody ass wand.
Bloody axe wound.
Oh.
Bloody axe wound. High school can be a killer. Abby Bladecut is a teenager torn between the macabre traditions of her family's blood trade and the tender stirrings of her first crush.
Okay.
In the small town of Clover Falls, Abby's father, Roger, has built an infamous legacy by capturing real-life killings on tape and selling them to eager customers. But as Abby delves deeper into the grisly family business, she begins to wonder if it's time to take the family tradition in a new direction.
Damn.
Very weird and original movie. Kind of a comedy,
Scary.
kind of a bloody slasher movie. Very weird though. Like it's about this family that are killing people and turning it into movies and selling it out of their store. And everyone in town's like, yeah, people always get killed in town. And then they go and rent the movies. And everything they do is always filmed, but you never see anyone filming it. And it's just not explained. And the director just wants you to accept that and just go along for the ride. And I get it, but it was weird.
Scary.
Yeah, it was an odd one. I liked that it had like an original idea, an original tone. It didn't feel like anything else I've seen before, but it kind of missed the mark, I think, a little bit. But I don't know. It was fun. You can watch. You can check it out. Bloody Axe
Did you
Wound.
tell them about the movie we made?
No, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, we did.
We'll talk about it another time.
No, we have to talk about it.
You and I made a movie a couple years ago.
Like
Year and a half ago or something like
Are we
that.
gonna make part 2?
We're gonna make another one. Yeah, we made our own slasher movie. Or I wouldn't call it a slasher movie actually, but it's a
Christmas movie.
bloody horror comedy. It's a Christmas movie. And yeah, we'll make another one. But maybe we'll talk about that another time when we're working on the sequel. Ginger Claws is what it's called.
Down the evil claws.
We'll fill the people in more about Ginger Claws another day.
It's funny.
That's what I've watched for movies. That's what I've done for games. I've read a couple books. Or I listened to the audiobooks anyways. I was looking into the Magic the Gathering, or I rented one from the library. It was a Magic the Gathering book. And I went into all the characters and the different planes. I was kind of explaining them. And it kind of says there's like... It would go into the background of a character and say, this is their story and what has happened and everything. And I'm like, where are they getting this from? Where are these stories? If these stories exist, I want to read those stories. So I looked online at Magic the Gathering novels. And they're broken down into a couple sections. Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering novels. And you have one, actually.
I do.
And so I looked into first...
It's ripped up, though.
Magic the Gathering novels.
The first page doesn't have so much writing.
Why isn't the Wikipedia coming up? There it is. We bought one at a convention a while ago, just randomly. We just saw Magic the Gathering novel. And so that one falls into the first category of non-cycle novels. And these came out when Magic the Gathering, the game, came out in 1994. Yours, I believe, which one is it? Where is it?
I think mine's You want me to go get it?
You want to run and grab it real quick?
Yeah.
So the one you have is called And Peace Shall Sleep? And Peace Shall Sleep. So the first one, there was a book in 1994 called Arena, 1995 Whispering Woods, and a whole bunch in 1995. Shattered Chains, Final Sacrifice, The Cursed Land, The Prodigal Sorcerer, 96, Ashes of the Sun, Song of Time, and Peace Shall Sleep, and Dark Legacy. So yours is the 9th out of 10 books in the original series of Magic the Gathering books. And these are called non-cycle books because they're not actually based on any collection of Magic the Gathering cards. I listened to the audiobook of the first one called Arena by William R. Fortune. And let's see if I can open this in Chrome browser. And then I can go Arena. Actually, I'll open it up in Goodreads here. I started a Goodreads account. Goodreads Arena. Oops. Oh, come on. Anyways, it's its own story. And after reading it, I looked up a bunch of the characters, and only one character in the book has a Magic the Gathering card. And his name is Garth One-Eye. This is a story about the mysterious stranger who comes to town and kicks ass. As the fighter mages of 4 great houses prepare for their annual battle, a powerful stranger arrives, and he is interested in the 5th house, destroyed a generation ago. But why is the Grand Master afraid of him? The stranger is Garth One-Eye. He's a guy, he's got one eye. And he comes to town and just starts beating people up and working with all the different houses in this city that are run by the game master. And once every year, all the houses... So this town's run by the game master, but there are 4 different houses within the town, and they all have their own gang of people. And this is how they kind of keep law and orders. Everyone follows the rules, or else the houses will all team up against you. If one house gets out of order, all the other houses will team up against them and to keep them in line, right? And so he comes to town and joins these different houses and sets them against each other. And the game master wants him out of town, but if he's part of a house, he's protected. And they every year they have the arena battles, and they send all the best fighters from each house to fight in the arena battles, and whoever wins the festival gets to go with the walker, who is a planeswalker. And planeswalkers in Magic the Gathering can go between the different planes of existence. So there's the main world, but then there's another plane of existence. So it's like alternate dimensions, right? And so in the game, when they have this book, which I thought was really cool, was when they actually fight each other. You know, in Magic the Gathering, the game, when we play it, like the point of the game is you have 20 hit points, right? And I have 20 hit points. And the goal of the game is for me to get rid of your 20 hit points.
Yeah.
And the way I do that is by summoning monsters and spells and then sending them against you. And then you have to summon monsters and spells to block with and then try and attack me with, right? So in this book, the guy will come up and he'll summon like a mammoth. And then someone else will summon a fireball. And it's just like playing Magic the Gathering the game, except in like they're actually doing it.
Oh.
Right? So it was a cool book. I had fun reading this one or listening to the audiobook. And after that, I went down to the next group of books, cycle and block novels. So now all these ones actually have Magic the Gathering cards that go along with them, right? So these ones, they're called block novels. And so they are actually like canon, the storylines or whatever. And the first one came out in 1998, and it's called The Brothers' War. And so I read The Brothers' War. So this book is Dominaria, legends speak of a mighty conflict, obscured by the mists of history, of a conflict between the brothers Urza and Mishra for supremacy of the continent of Terracier, of titanic engines that scarred and twisted the very planet, of a final battle that sank continents and shook the skies. The saga of the Brothers' War. Now you can go to the comic shop, and you know how we got that booster pack for Lord of the Rings? You can get Brothers' War booster packs or like whole sets.
What about Fortnite?
Fortnite you cannot right now. That came out at for a limited time, and now they're gone. Same with Fallout. I want to get Fallout cards.
So you can never get Fortnite cards again?
You could find them out in the wild, or we could maybe find them on the internet, but I think they're expensive.
Like how much? Like
I don't know. We can look into it later. But this book is about Urza and Mishra, two brothers who they are artificers. They go around looking for ancient artifacts from this old ancient Thran army, and they find like these crazy machines that look like dragons and stuff like that, and you can use these things called power stones to power them. And so then they're always bickering and fighting, and this book chronicles their entire lives basically. As they get older, they go separate ways for certain reasons. They join separate armies, and they have a war, obviously. The Brothers' War is what it's called. And I won't spoil it for people, even though it's super old, but if you're interested in learning about Magic the Gathering, this is a great... I'm really learning about all the cards and everything through this, because now I went and looked at the Brothers' War packs that you can get, or I looked up the cards online, and they're all from this book. So now when we play, I'm pretty sure we have some. When we see things like the words Phyrexian or Krug or ornithopters and all these different words and these people and cities and everything from this book, I understand now the story behind it all. Behind a lot of the Magic the Gathering cards. So it made it interesting for me. And I went to the comic shop to go get a Brothers' War pack, and they didn't have any. He's like, we finally sold out of them. So they'd been sitting on them for a while. But he said, scan this QR code, and it has, I can go on this card here, and I go home. I've made an account on here now, and I went through and made a wish list of all the Magic the Gathering cards that I want. So I've got I got Bilbo in here.
Bilbo's ring?
Bilbo the Ring. I got a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff in here. I got a bunch of Fallout. I got a bunch of stuff from the Brothers' War. I put Garth One Eye from the Arena book that I read. And then if I click on our local comic shop, it shows me all the cards from my wish list that they have in their inventory. So they've got Bilbo. They've got Barrett from Final Fantasy. They got Ashnod, who is a character from... She is Mishra's assistant in the Brothers War. RC Sharpshooter, what's that? Oh, that's a Transformers Magic the Gathering card. So I put all the cards I want, and then these are all the ones that they actually have. So then I can... Card. And it says an estimate of what these cards will cost. 64 cents, 39 cents. I made a trade list with them. I think
Show me Bilbo's thing.
You want to look at Bilbo's card? Bilbo Birthday Celebrant. That one looks sweet. And then Bilbo Retired Burglar is another one.
That's a better card.
Those are cool, eh?
They're not that good of HP or anything. Wait, so I saw a good card that might be like really good.
So I like getting... Hold on a sec. Booster packs. Just to kind of... For the thrill of opening them and hoping that you get a good card. But... Like, I can't get Fallout cards now. They don't have them anymore, but they have a bunch on their site here, as well as they have all the Transformer ones, apparently, and they're not very expensive either. Most of them are cheap, but look at this one. Cloud, the main character from the Final Fantasy game I'm playing. $28 for a Cloud card. He's not even that good. He's weak, but that's a rare card, is why. Also, Tifa, I saw, was the other... cheap one, or expensive one, sorry. So yeah, I read those two books. Super cool. I'm going to keep reading Magic the Gathering books and learning about the world. I might jump back and forth. I don't know. I like Brothers War just because it's actually goes along with the cards, right? Whereas the other ones, I kind of liked the story a little more, but you're not learning as much about the world of Magic the Gathering. Right now, the audiobook I'm listening to is a Predator book called Prey.
We're not going to tell you most about that.
I won't talk about that. I'll save it for our Predator episode, because that'll be the next one we do. And I was going to save this for the end of the episode, but I want to do it now before we take a break, just to try... I'm working on a Final Fantasy episode, so in order to try and get you a little excited for that episode, I got... a Final Fantasy booster pack for Magic the Gathering. And hopefully we get a Cloud or Tifa in this bad boy. We're going to open it live right now. Come on, Cloud or Tifa.
At least someone, or that girl picking a flower.
What's her name?
Linda, I think?
Aerith.
At least like a good card that you know about.
Yeah, Cloud and Tifa are the only two, I believe, in this collection that are like expensive cards or rare cards. So if we get one of those, that is a major hit, but I'd settle for any character that I know. So what do you got?
A hero. Oh, I gave you two there.
Just give me one card. Hero, token creature hero. I do not recognize this guy. These are going to be from all the Final Fantasy games. So if we getting one that I know would be, who knows, Forest Land. That's just a cool forest card to go in the deck. Here
we go now.
What do we got?
A sorcery rare. Is that rare?
Commune with beavers.
Is that a rare?
I don't know. That sounds like my superpower.
I feel like that's
an inside joke for the parents at home. The Lunar Whale. I have no idea who that is either. This is a rare though, eh? A rare. We got a rare and a foil so far. What's this? Poo-poo UFO. Whatever that is.
Here's a good
card.
Who
knows, man? Who knows? Sandworm. That's sweet. That looks like it's from Dune. Well, that's a good card too, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. Oop. Rufus Shinra. Okay, so that's cool. So Shinra is the in the game I'm playing is the evil corporation that you're fighting against. So Shinra is that's it, and he's got one of the dogs that you attack. Black dog creature token. Hey, that's a cool card. I like that one. It's from the actual game that I'm playing, so that's recognizable. Saz Chocobo. So it's a little baby Chocobo. It's a 0/1 character. There are Chocobos in most of them.
But it spawns in a 1+1+1.
Put a 1+1 counter whenever a land you control enters. Oh, so you can level that one up. Instant ramen. Artifact food. Alright, whatever.
What does that do?
Nothing special. What's this? Ice magic, yeah? That's one of the powers that you have. One of the, what are they called? I forget. Fate of the Sun's Christ? I'm not sure what that is.
What is that the guy that you play as in the game?
Combat tutorial. Who's that? I don't recognize that character. Alright.
You'll probably recognize this character.
Haste magic, and it has a picture of Cloud on it, but it's not a Cloud card. Target creature gets +3/+1. I'll take that. Don't mind if I do. Cornered by black mages. Okay.
Last card.
Last one.
Pretty good one.
T for a Cloud. T for a Cloud. Blitzball shot. Target creature gets +3/+3. Hey, that's not bad.
That was a better pack than Lord of the Rings.
Better than Lord of the Rings. There's some
Good
decent
pack.
cards in here, and we got a Chocobo. I like the Rufus Shinra card.
My favorite is probably the whale.
The Lunar Whale is a rare. This one's a foil.
Wait,
Yeah,
what's the first card? The first
We got
card
a
looks
rare,
really cool.
a foil. Any more rares in here?
The first card looks really cool.
That's it. A rare and a foil. But that was all right.
The first card looks really cool. Look at it.
Does that get you excited at all for Final Fantasy episode?
Yeah.
You want to watch some of the movies at least?
Maybe.
They've got 3 Final Fantasy movies and a animated one, OVA,
We might.
Japanese animated cartoon that chronicles a couple of the first, or it's stories from the first 6 games. The first 6 games were Nintendo games.
We'll try to get a booster pack for every episode.
Yeah,
Good.
I think that's fun opening booster packs for this show.
I bet you we could do maybe a Fortnite one or
I'll find something fun every time. Maybe something to go with the books I'm reading, because I tried to get a Brothers War pack and they were sold out. So I was going to order some just Brothers War cards, but I was like, whatever, we'll do the Final Fantasy pack that I bought a couple weeks ago just
I didn't
to
even know we had this.
try and get you a little stoked for it. And I got one other thing quick.
What did you just grab?
So at the library the other day, we got a Final Fantasy book. And the book has 3 stories in it, and it is a novelization of the first 3 Final Fantasy games. And I know I was listening to a YouTube video that was kind of telling the stories of all the first 6 games, because I don't have any intention on playing any of those games. And there was one character who I thought that you would totally get a kick out of, and I think he'll be in that book that I got. And his name is King Gyat of the dwarves.
Yeah.
King Gyat. And
Yeah, damn.
yeah, damn, King Gyat. That's him right there. He's a dwarf. He looks like Gimli. His name's King Gyat.
You got 2 of them for both of our
We can both have a King Gyat if you want. I haven't looked through this. So yeah, someone on Swap and Buy was selling a bunch of
King Gyat's legendary.
what are they called? Final Fantasy Magic cards, but they took all the rares out of it. And so I got them for super cheap, but
Deer rat, whatever that's called. Oh, 4/4.
4/4. Yeah, I haven't really gone through these yet. I kind of saved them.
Hey, I can have one. You can. Hey, we got this card in the pack.
There's gonna be lots of doubles in here. Oh yeah, the Christ.
Gee.
Chocomog. Oh yeah, so that's cool. That's a superpower that I have in the game. Okay, so maybe we can go through these another time, but I just wanted to show you King Gyat.
God damn.
God damn. So I think that's everything we've been up to.
They're mostly instants.
Mostly instants. I've got a ton of them.
Oh, this is a good one.
got another-
It's attack is how many land you have down.
Nice.
It's a good one.
Snowvilliers.
Hey, that's a good. Isn't it together?
Yeah, there's Cloud again.
There's cloud.
Cool.
That looks
But it's
like-
not a Cloud card. His are all rares.
Whoa, there's a rare in the back.
I don't think so. I think he took all the rares out.
He might
I got
have
these
the
for
color.
super cheap. I was like, I just want some cool Final Fantasy cards. See anything?
So amazing little pack he got there.
Kind of cool cards in there, but
King Gyat's the best.
King Gyat. I wanted to show you that because I'm trying to get you a little stoked for
Get down.
some Final Fantasy stuff.
Where'd
And I
King
bel- so I-
Gyat go?
He's in here, isn't he? King Gyat. But anyways, he, I believe, is in that book that I got. King Gyat will be in there, and then also maybe in the animated or OVA for Final Fantasy series. So I want to watch that with you. I want to read that book with you. And I'm going to play Final Fantasy VII, and we'll have a bunch to talk about. Sound good? But today we are talking about warfare and modern warfare. And we will get to that after a quick, short break. Sound good?
Peace out.
See you soon.
We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We will be right back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back. We will be right back.
And we're back from our break. So we got a movie and a couple of games to talk about, right?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty and Warfare. So we should start with, I think, the movie. The movie, yeah.
Amazing movie. Suggest it to watch.
Probably the first war movie you've ever watched.
I think I've watched a little bit others.
I think that's your first war movie. And
What about Red vs. Blue? Halo.
that's not real. This is like realistic
True.
war, right? And there's a lot going on in the world right now. You kids, 9-year-old kids in school, what are you kids talking about when it comes to war? Like right now, there's a lot going on with Ukraine and Russia, right?
The bombs probably, like how the bombs would explode. How would they know, how would it sense to hit the ground and like that stuff like that.
And like what to a child, you guys have a lot of questions, I think, when it comes to war, right?
Yes.
Like what do you know about it, or what are the kids talking about?
So what I would say is if a war would happen. So a war would happen, and if you saw a bomb get hit and you weren't in the war, evacuate to the nearest metal building.
So it would be scary if this happened in your hometown, right? It seems like a lot of wars that America, that Canada, USA, they don't happen on our soil. They happen in the other countries, right?
Like Ukraine, Russia.
So it'd be pretty scary to live in one of those countries and have someone from another country
Bomb you
or invade you. Like this movie, they just break right into people's houses and set up their camp in their houses, right? This movie takes place in 2006. So I would have been just out of high school.
The one that's 2025 movie.
The movie came out in 2025, but it's about the war in Iraq, which happened back in 2006. And before that was war in Afghanistan. That was when 9/11 happened. When the terrorists flew the planes into the World Trade Center in New York. So that was a time when the war actually came to American soil, U.S. soil, right?
And one of these games, actually, they nuke the New York City.
They do, yes. In Call of Duty, that it comes to America again, and that's always more freaky when it's on our soil, right? When it's on this, where we share a continent with them, we're allies with the U.S. When they get attacked, that's scary for us too, right? So, 2006, yeah, the war in Iraq, it hot off the heels of the war in Afghanistan. The war in Afghanistan started from the World Trade Centers going down from the terrorist attack, invaded Afghanistan, and then all of a sudden we invaded Iraq. And it was kind of like, why are we invading Iraq? And I looked it up, and nobody really knew at the time. It kind of seemed like it was out of nowhere. And even now, it sounds like they said the reason was they have, they're building weapons of mass destruction. They're building huge nukes, big bombs that could just cause huge devastation. And we don't want them to have those kind of bombs. So that was the reasoning that we were given for why we were invading Iraq, and whether that was true or not seems to be kind of a debatable topic. But now in 2025, it was Iran that recently American troops were firing on Iranian troops for the exact same reason. So these wars that are happening 20 years later are for similar reasons from 2006. Like, nothing's really changed. All this same stuff is still going on to this day. So it seems
For particular, we are not talking about Black Ops 6 or anything. None of those games. We sent out a picture. Did you send it out?
We put it on our Instagram. Yeah.
We put it on our Instagram. Check it out.
Specifically, the 3 games we did were the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare trilogy.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. The original ones that, when did those officially come out? I'm going to bring that up real quick. Oops. Modern Warfare, the first one.
Call of Duty 4 is the start of Modern Warfare, right?
Modern Warfare came out in 2007. That's funny because I have the, where is it? Right here. I have the Xbox 360 version here, and I was just flipping through it, and this book in the middle here, check it out. There is a receipt in it for when I bought the game. And it says I bought it in, oh wow, what is that? 7, is that August, January, February, March, April, May, June, July 11th. So that's almost exactly 18 years ago.
That was 3 days ago.
To the day, yeah. Exactly 18 years ago, I bought this game for $69.99. So games have gone up $20 each. They're now $89.99 Canadian.
Nope, they're
in the last 18 years they've gone up $20. That's not too bad, actually. 2007 when the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare game came out, and this.
Do the other ones have receipts?
And this movie Warfare takes place in 2006. So this was actually the perfect pairing for playing these games and watching this movie. And we'll kind of get into that a little more as we go because there's a lot of crossovers.
Okay, the other ones don't have receipts.
They don't have receipts in the other boxes, but I haven't checked that. I have the release date. Oh, there's a receipt in this one too. How much did I pay for this one? Because, it's all faded. You can't see. This one I got the special edition with the night vision goggles. It says $60. Something's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, $60. What does that one say? Right here. $170. I paid $170 for the special edition Modern Warfare 2 back in.
This was.
I got this on a midnight release, the day it came out. Do you see a date on there? Let me see. What does that say right there? Oh, 2009. November 11th.
I was pretty close to being born. That was only 7 years before I was born. You had that 7 years before I was born?
Yeah.
If I was born in 2016, I would be. If I was born in 27, I would be 16.
18 years old.
16.
18.
If I was in 27?
Yep. 18 years old, buddy.
Damn.
So, Warfare, directed by Ray Mendoza and Alex Garland. Everything is based on memory. A platoon of American Navy SEALs on a surveillance mission gone wrong in insurgent territory. A boots-on-the-ground story of modern warfare and brotherhood, told in real time and based on the memory of the people who lived it. So this movie, I looked at it, Alex Garland, for one, we'll start with him. One of my personal favorite current directors.
What's his rating?
It's got a 3.6 right now.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Alex Garland so far has been all hits for me. I
want to watch the Civil War.
He made a movie called Ex Machina about a scientist who creates a robot female with artificial intelligence who is crazy smart and knows how to manipulate people basically without them knowing it to a point where it's freaky.
So technically it's Megan Robot.
A little bit smarter than Megan Robot. That one's got a 4.0.
We need to watch the new one. We need to watch the new Megan Moore.
He made a movie, Annihilation, which was about this like alien bubble that comes to Earth, and when people go inside it, when men go inside it, it makes them go crazy. They come out and they're not the same. Women seem to be able to go inside this, and inside there, all the vegetation and animals and everything are all mutated. And I ended up reading the book after I watched this movie, and the book was way different than the movie. But I really like this one, and I think you'd like this movie too. There's a crazy mutant bear attack in it.
Mutant bear.
That was really sweet. That's Annihilation. Then he made a movie. He made Dredd. No way.
Dredd
Alex
looks
Garland.
like a good movie.
Yeah, Dredd, that's off Judge Dredd comic books. That was a sweet movie. I didn't know that he
They
did
all
that.
have higher ratings than 3 so far.
3.6. And he made a movie called Men, which that's maybe the only movie of his that I would not let you watch. This woman gets out of her nasty marriage and ends up moving to the countryside to kind of recollect herself and find herself. And all the men in this town are a little bit strange. And after watching it, I was like, all these men kind of look weird or whatever. Turns out all the men in the movie, except for her late husband, are played by the same actor. But they all look different, and they're all weird. And the movie is a real trip, and it's pretty messed up. But I really liked that one. And then the last one he made was Civil War, which is about
I want to watch it.
if the United States, if all the people decide to fight against the government, and there was no law, no police, and everyone was at war, and it's just the whole country was a war zone. And that was just a unique take on a movie, and really well done and interesting. And in that movie, he hired this soldier named Ray Mendoza, who helped him do all of the warfare stuff, like make it look, all the tactical stuff, everything that the soldiers all did to try and make it look as realistic as possible. He brought in a real soldier to do all that. Now for this one, Ray Mendoza gets a director's credit on it, and it was written by all the soldiers who actually took part in this mission that this movie's about. So the story is written by the people who actually did it. It's a true story, and all from accounts of memory from the soldiers that were there. In fact, the sniper in this movie, at the end of the movie, it says what was his name? Elliot. That was the sniper's name, was Elliot. And it's for him because he got like his legs completely messed up. He got a concussion. He was all messed up the whole movie, right? He doesn't remember this. He doesn't remember anything that happened that day.
Why?
Because of the brain damage that he got from when they threw the grenade in the room. So the movie's dedicated to him because this is the story about why you're in a wheelchair and have no legs. And all your buddies got together and pieced together the whole story of what happened, and we made this movie.
Wait, he actually broke his legs in the war and got grenaded?
Yeah, everything that happened in that movie actually happened. So this is a recreation, right? So those were all actors recreating a story that all the soldiers told and wrote down. So they wrote the story and then they acted it out, but it actually happened in real life.
Oh, so it's based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
Like a fairy tale.
And that's not
Not a fairy tale. Sorry, not a
not a fairy tale, no.
Sorry, not a fairy tale. What is that, a fairy tale? Based on a true story would be like if I said something.
If we made a movie about something that we actually did and we recreated it. It's a recreation.
Like Ginger Claws.
No, not the same as that either. So it starts off with words on the screen that say...
But it's realistic.
2006 Iraq, based off the memories of war vets.
But then
so right away you know it's a true story.
Didn't we actually do it though? Wasn't it based on a true story? Didn't you write it down?
But it's not based on a true story. That stuff never happened. It's all fake fictional, right? This movie really happened in real life.
So let's say Canada got bombed.
No,
they make a story about it.
No, let's say your grandma came to visit on the weekend, and what did we do? We went swimming and everything like that. So if we made a movie about us swimming with your grandma, then that would be based on a true story.
Swimming with my
yeah, that's just something that actually happened, right?
That's so dumb.
So, do you remember how this movie started?
Yeah.
What happened?
So, they were dancing.
The dancing. So did that catch you off guard when that happened? I thought like an ad popped up or something.
I know,
I thought it was like a commercial from the streaming service that we were using.
but it wasn't.
But it wasn't. So it starts off with the Call on Me music video back from 2006, which back in 2006 people still watched Much Music and MTV, which were channels on TV that just played music videos all day. So you didn't have like YouTube wasn't what YouTube is nowadays, where you can just search up any music video you want and then it'll just play a bunch of music videos based on the one that you watched and give you recommendations and all that. No, you would go to the channel and whatever music video was playing, that's what you would watch. And that Call on Me music video was always playing when it first came out. Because what are they doing in that music video?
Dancing.
Who's dancing?
Naked girls.
Bunch of women in tight spandex thongs doing aerobics class or something like that, right?
They were sticking their butts.
And they were shaking their butts. And we were kind of like, what is going on? Like, and then all of a sudden it shows a bunch of soldiers in a room tightly packed in around this TV watching
and
dancing and getting all crazy, right? And having a good time.
Pushing each other over.
Push each other over trying to watch the TV and trying to get in on there. And that totally brought me back to 2006. And I thought that was a hilarious way to start the movie. And then all of a sudden it just cuts to a dark street.
When they're running out.
And you see a platoon of soldiers creeping down this street quietly, sneaking down this quiet, dark street.
That was like a 5-minute scene too.
So then
A very long scene.
Now everything that happens in this movie is kind of real time. There's a this is like from when they set up camp to everything that happens, it happens in real time. So when they call later on when they call for a tank to come evacuate them and then they say it's like 10 minutes for their tank to get there, you actually watch the 10 minutes of them waiting for this tank. Like it all happens in real time. So they're walking down the street and the one guy goes, "I like this house." And he points at the one house and they go inside and there's just a family. They're sleeping in their beds and they go in and they say to him and they wake them up and they make them go sit in that room and just be quiet while somebody watches them, and they set up their camp basically, right?
And then they're getting all mad at the soldiers.
Imagine us sleeping and some soldiers just creeping in and waking us up in our beds and making us go sit in your room while they just bust a hole in the wall.
I would just play on my PC.
Yeah, can we take our PlayStation with us? Really though, right? Like that's such an invasion of your personal space and privacy.
I would just connect my PlayStation to my PC.
Yeah, I don't think they would let you do that.
Why?
Because you could let people know, like you'd connect to the internet and then let people know that there's soldiers in your house, or you could communicate with other people outside. They don't want anyone to know that they're in there.
But it's my internet.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like
how do they know that we're using internet though?
If you were sitting there playing on your PlayStation, I think they would know that can connect to the internet.
How would they see me?
Because they have someone guarding you the whole time. They made that family just sit on a bed the whole time.
Well, they could move, but
kind of. Remember, where did they go to the washroom?
In a bottle.
In a water bottle. That was your sister's favorite part of this whole movie.
And then
was that guy peeing in the water bottle.
And then she ran away crying because she wanted to rewind it.
Yeah, she wanted to watch that part again. I was like, no, we're watching this movie. So they also they sneak into this house and they are being also covered by air support.
Air support.
And the air support has that black and white view with the aimer on it and stuff, straight out of Call of Duty. There are missions in Call of Duty where you fly around as air support, and it looked exactly the same as it does in this movie.
What about Bush something 3? Their names?
In the movie?
Yeah. Didn't you put that down?
Oh, yeah, eventually it'll pop up.
Bush Camp. Wasn't it Bush Camp 3?
There's Frogman, and it'll pop up, I think. I know I wrote it down in my notes somewhere.
Bush Ranger.
Oops, where'd it go? Okay. So yeah, what do? They're in this house, they put the family to the side, and then they set up a sniper camp station, right? They push a table to the one window, and the guy sets up, and he just lays there watching people down the street. They're basically sniper support for another mission that's going on with a different group, like a block or two away. And they're the sniper support. So they're basically just laying there for a long time, just watching everybody that walks in. And one quote that I heard, I can't remember where I heard it from. It might have been from another movie or something, but the one thing that was weird about going and fighting in Afghanistan and in Iraq was you weren't fighting soldiers. You were fighting the people. So you don't see, you can't just pick out who's dangerous and who isn't, because nobody's wearing like a uniform, like an army uniform or anything like that. So they're just taking notes of everyone that walks in, and they can kind of tell, like, I think they know that we're here. I think they know we're in this house. They snuck in there, they set up their camp, and everyone's kind of like acting strange, but not really making eye contact.
And they're all just like sneakily walking into this building, and that building actually has guns. Well, one guy walked in with a grenade launcher, and then they knew something was up, and then they grenaded that building, and then they all just ran to the top and just full on went nuts.
And that's when
the battle scene cut.
That's when the movie really kicks off, right?
When it started getting good.
The guy that was on the sniper camp, that was the Elliot guy that the movie's for.
Yeah.
He takes a break and switches with that other guy, and the other guy's watching, and he sees someone get out of a car with like a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And he should have shot him. He should have shot that guy right then, but he didn't take the shot, and the guy got inside the house. And then all of a sudden you start hearing over the intercoms that they're speaking in a different language. So they have a translator there, and the translator's he's saying they're telling everyone in the town to get their guns and fight against the Americans. So everyone starts clearing the street, because it's civilians everywhere. You don't know who's good and you don't know who's bad, right? And so everyone kind of clears the street, and it gets all quiet. And then all of a sudden, a grenade comes in the window. And boom, everyone like dives for cover, and
Elliot gets blown up.
But he's not dead. And everyone's in a mess now.
And then after that, they called in a tank to take in Elliot and these other guys to like bring them back.
A medevac, right?
And then they RPG'd the tank and just full on exploded.
Yeah, the tank shows up and just parks right out front. Well, people are shooting everywhere, but it's got armor, so the tank can just roll in like that. And they all run out front to try and put Elliot in the tank to get him evacuated.
And another guy that also got hit by the grenade.
And boom. They shoot an RPG at the tank, and
it blew up.
Just devastation, right?
They didn't even hit the tank. They hit the ground, so the explosive would pop up the tank.
Yeah.
So it would hit the ground hard.
There's one of the guy's legs are completely mashed up.
That was Elliot. One
of the translators got blown right in half.
Yep.
He's just like the bottom half of his body is missing. The sniper guy, he didn't make it into the tank, so he's unconscious now, and his legs are messed up, and they end up dragging them back into the house.
Yeah.
And they can hear the enemy they're on the rooftops. The roofs are all so close together they can run across the rooftops, and they're just completely surrounded, and some of them have concussions. Their ears are bleeding. Yeah. It shows them a lot of the time, and then all of a sudden, each person, it'll go to someone and they can't hear anything. So you can't hear anything when you're watching that person. And then you can hear their radios are just going off. One of the guys unplugs his radio because it's just too much is going on at the time. And then we cut to another group down the street, probably the ones that were doing the mission, I'm guessing, that they were kind of doing sniper support for. And those guys make their way to the house and break in. And the guy that was leading the group that we were following is in such bad shape. He says, I'm messed up. You gotta take over. And he hands over, because he's the highest ranking officer in there. He says, you need to take control of this group. And the guy, I remember the look the guy gave him was like, yeah, you're messed up. Like, I need to do your job for you, basically, right?
No, he was helping a guy. And guy was helping a guy, and he wasn't messed up. He was helping a guy.
And that other group comes in and they just like step on those guys' legs. Those guys are just screaming on the ground. They're screaming like the whole time. And
They're
one,
just like, yes.
the guy that was the leader, I should say, he's the only actor in this movie that I recognized. His name is Will Poulter. And I'm like, I recognize that guy's face. Apparently he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't remember him in that. And Midsommar, I don't remember him in that. The Revenant. What I remember him from is this comedy movie called We Are the Millers, where he played the dumb son, like this dumb kid right here. That's him. And in this movie, he's the army sergeant. So it's a big change. That movie came out in 2013, so he's 12 years older.
We need to watch that.
He was a kid when he made that. Now he's a grown man. So
we need to watch that.
Goofy movie.
We need to watch that.
And so, just funny seeing him in a serious role now, but good for him anyways. He's the only guy I recognized in this whole movie. Another infantry group makes their way. They try to get another evac, but they can't get it because that other one was blown up. And they say, no, your area is too hot. We can't send another tank in. And they say they need approval from the CO. And the one guy says, pretend you're the CO over the radio and approve the evac. So that they probably broke a rule there. Like, you could probably get in big trouble for doing that, pretending to be a CO over the communications. But they said, yep, approve it. And they sent 2 more tanks down. And this time they're able to get all the injured people into the tanks.
No, because they parked it around the block. They were smart enough to park it around the block.
I think
so
they pull them right up, don't they?
Nope, they parked around the block.
They get the two guys in there, and the one guy that's helping pull them in, he gets like stuck in one of the tanks, and they have to close up the tank and leave. So they actually have like one guy who could have fought with them, ends up driving away with the tanks.
Well, that's actually good, so we can watch the people back.
And right before that, when the guys are injured, they're given the morphine painkillers, and that one guy goes to stab him with the morphine and accidentally stabs himself in the hand. So then his whole body's numb and he keeps bumping into walls and he can barely walk because he accidentally gave himself the morphine. I remember that part was actually kind of funny, but also that'd be so scary if you were in war and you accidentally gave yourself morphine. You couldn't properly defend yourself.
Well, that's going to be smart. You were dodging everything.
Not really. You'd be slow and clumsy. What else happens in this? They got the tanks, and then they send 2 more tanks in and evacuate the rest of the guys. Mm-hmm. And the street is quiet, and the family walks out of their house, and
all the other people walk out of their house.
Dead bodies all over the street, and buildings are destroyed.
And then they start talking.
And they just look, and it's quiet, and it's over. And they go, "Are they gone?" And they're gone. And that's how the movie ends.
No, they were speaking Spanish. What were they speaking? Germany? They were speaking a different language, but we have writing on the bottom.
I believe they speak Arabic in Iraq.
Arabic.
Don't quote me on that. I think that's what it is. Arabic? Sounds right.
So they spoke Arabic, but we have like the
subtitles on the bottom, so we can see what they're saying. Yeah, I remember actually. So one cool part too in this movie was they have the fighter jets constantly above, but since they're in such close combat, they can't drop bombs because they would blow up the American troops.
Well, they could drop a bomb.
They call it a show of power, and every once in a while, the fighter jets would just fly through the street and just make a huge dust storm and
dust the whole
just to like freak out the other troops. Like, look what we have right here. If you kill all of us, then this is just gonna bomb all you guys. Like, you're not gonna win this fight. It's a show of force or show of power, and they did it a couple of times, which was sweet.
And it kept like dusting them and it would get in the other people's eyes, and it was bad.
Yeah, and they at one point too, they have all the enemies on their rooftop. And the tank comes in and they just blow up the entire roof of that family's house.
Damn.
Yeah. It says, the end for Elliot. Thank you to Bravo Company 126 Infantry Bushmasters for always answering the call.
Told ya.
And then it shows a bunch of pictures of all the actors and the
Some of them have,
actual soldiers that the story is based
which
on.
is actually cool because they have the blurry faces.
Some of their faces were blurred. Some showed some of them, and some of their faces were blurred, probably because to protect their identities, right?
So like if they saw it, they might like find that person, the people that they knew.
They need to protect themselves because they went to war, and who knows what would happen if the wrong person saw it, right? And some of them are probably still fighting in the war, so they don't want their faces shown.
Maybe. And that's the movie.
What did you like about this movie?
Great action movie.
Great.
Recommend it. Recommend that movie. If you're in if you play Black Ops and you're done playing Black Ops and you want to watch a movie, recommend it.
Did you feel scared at all for them? Did you feel tension?
I felt scared for the other team when the Jets came back.
Yeah, they've got no chance, do they? With those jets flying overhead, it's like, you guys are not winning this.
They're citizens.
Probably they're forced to fight, basically, right? Like, what happens if you don't fight? Like, you're doomed either way. They're in a sticky situation. I usually find that war movies are scarier than a lot of horror movies, just because it's like it actually happens. It's like there's nothing scarier than being in war.
Pennywise is scary.
Huh?
Pennywise is scary.
Pennywise is scary, but he's a monster that doesn't actually exist. Like, if you put yourself in the situation of these soldiers, like having bullets shot at you flying all overhead, like you're cornered, you're on the brink of death. Like, I find that more horrifying.
I would just cuddle up in a little ball
and just wait for them to capture you, and then they torture you.
What do you mean by torture?
I mean, they'd tie you up and pour water on your face so you couldn't breathe. It's called waterboarding. And then try and get information out of you, like, where's your camp? What's your mission, objective? Just try and get whatever information they can out of you guys.
I would tell them.
You'd tell them? Well, you'd lie? Yeah. And they'd pull off all your toenails.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Ow, that makes me cringe just thinking about it. One thing I thought that was interesting about this movie was, as soon as people got injured, their top priority became getting the injured people to safety.
Yeah, which was good.
It was like, the rest of us will stay behind, but we need to get these injured people to a medevac and get them out of here. It was like they became the most important thing.
That was nice.
That was kind of cool, I thought.
Look at this. Cool.
But yeah, that was realistic war film in real time. It's not like, compared to other war movies, this one is a lot smaller in scope. Like, it's not this big Hollywood. When somebody gets shot, we go into slow motion. We don't have these huge long character arcs. There isn't this big build up. It's one mission one
accomplishment.
Yeah, it's just one mission that goes completely wrong. And it's just a day in the life of a soldier in Iraq, basically. It's one mission out of a Call of Duty game, is what it is. It's not this huge, like, I always compare war movies to Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan, they move like all across Germany, getting in different battles here and there, meeting different characters. You get to know everybody. There's a huge story and everything. This one, it's just one mission, one quick mission. Oh, and it's all based off of something, or the accounts of actual soldiers that were there, directed by actual soldiers. Just has a real authentic, realistic feel to it. Okay. And that's what I liked about it. What do you think?
Great movie. Recommend it. Amazing, acting. If you're going to watch a war movie, or if you want to watch an action movie, recommend it.
We should have paired this with a movie called The Hurt Locker, which is another war movie that came out years ago about, kind of, I think, takes place around the same time. It's about a guy that wears juggernaut suits, which you get to use in the Call of Duty games as well.
Yeah, I love juggernaut suits. I got to use it in the first Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
The first mission.
And they use the juggernaut suits to go, if there's like a bomb on like a car or something like that, the guy wears the juggernaut suit to go defuse the bomb, so that if it goes off, he doesn't die because he's got this huge armor on him. It's all about the guys that do that in the war. So that's kind of, that I think would be a good pairing.
The one thing I would do with I would get like those giant bubbles that you put yourself in, like a hamster ball.
Big,
Hamster ball.
yeah.
I wouldn't die.
That's basically what a juggernaut suit is, except you can still use your arms.
They can't. Yeah, I'll poke a hole through it. I'll put my gun through it.
You can invent a bubble suit for the war.
Yeah. Think I would survive?
Bomb goes off, it just like shoots you up like a soccer ball.
Whee!
Just go bouncing down the road.
I would still be alive though.
Maybe. It's a new invention that you'll come up with.
I would have bubble wrap on.
Bubble wrap, yeah. I don't know if that would work. I think bullets are stronger than bubble wrap. So should we get into these games now?
I guess.
Game time? Okay, so first up is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which is kind of a confusing title, right? Because it's the first Modern Warfare game, but it's the fourth Call of Duty game.
The last Call of Duty game.
It's the first one. This is the first. It's not Modern Warfare 4. It's Modern Warfare 1, but it's the fourth Call of Duty game because they had like World at War, World War 1, all these other Call of Duty 1 and 2. And then this is the first Modern Warfare game.
Really?
So it's kind of confusing that it says Call of Duty 4 but Modern Warfare, right? That keeps throwing you off, I think. But Call of Duty 4 is the first Modern Warfare game.
Isn't Call of Duty 4 the last Call of Duty?
No, there's 3. No. So there's 3 Modern Warfare games that came out in, the first one, what did we say, 2007. And then they ended up redoing the trilogy over the last, I don't know, in 2019 or something like that. And they said they needed to modernize it, which I think is kind of crazy because these games take place in Russia, Ukraine, Afghanistan, a lot of places that are still currently having these things. In fact, there was one mission, you guys learned about Ukraine a little bit in school. I remember you saying that they showed a picture of a theme park, right?
That was the same from the game.
It was the same for the game. You said that they showed a before the war and after the war picture of the theme park and the Ferris wheel.
And the Ferris wheel was bent in half.
Yeah.
Like you could turn it into a hamster ball.
And one of the missions from one of these games takes place in Ukraine by a Ferris wheel, right? Just like the picture that you were shown in school.
The longest ever.
It gets hard when those waves start coming at you, right? So
didn't I do it properly? Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, you ended up beating it. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare differs from previous installments of the Call of Duty series. Previous Call of Duty games have a distinct 3 country-specific campaign style, while Call of Duty 4 has a more film-like plot with interlaced storylines from the perspectives of Sergeant Paul Jackson of the Marines' 1st Force Recon and Sergeant Soap McTavish of the British 22nd SAS Regiment. That is a pretty good kind of preview of the game for sure. The game, I remember playing these games back when they came out. They were huge. For me growing up, it started out with James Bond GoldenEye was the best first shooter that I ever played. You'd go to your buddy's house, you'd have 4 controllers in there, and you would all play against each other. The campaign was awesome. It was multiplayer versus modes. That was and then you moved up when the Xbox came out, Halo. And you would go and you'd play split screen versus each other again. And then Call of Duty came out and you could play online. And so when I was in 2007, when I would fire up my Xbox 360, it's kind of like you with Fortnite right now. I got a buddy or 2 on there every time. You start playing with them, more people come on. All of a sudden you've got your squad going. You got a bunch of your boys on there. You could make your own private servers with like 8 of your buddies on there. I remember there was one online map that was like a really small, tight map. So if I had like 7 buddies that were on at one time, we could all just play together on that map. And it was the best. It was like the height of online multiplayer was these Call of Duty games. To the point where, we were lining up for those midnight releases for Modern Warfare 2. And that's when I got this bad boy right here that you were asking about yesterday. And I'm pulling this down. I got this special edition Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 that came with the replica night vision goggles. That's what these are. And I should have put some stinking batteries on them in so you could have tested these, but I didn't. I just pulled them off the shelf. You want to put those on?
Mm-hmm.
Check that out. look these up. If you go on our Instagram, you'll see a picture of these. I got a nice display that I keep them on, and yeah, Listo's wearing them right now.
Where am I?
Where are you? They're not on, so you can't see anything. But they are functional night vision goggles.
No joke. Where am I?
Really,
I can't.
the way they work is there's actually just a screen inside there that the screen lights up, and then you can see in night vision. You can see in the pitch black, but your depth perception is completely off. You don't actually see through them like an actual pair of night vision, like a good pair of night vision goggles. You just have a screen in there that's showing what's in front of you. So
I can't see anything.
They are functional, but they just look cool on the shelf.
We might take a video of it after the pod. We might put some in. We might take a video of it of me in it.
Actually fire them up and get them going.
I think we'll do that.
I'm gonna put them back on this mannequin head here. Those are sweet though, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Call of Duty was huge back in the day. It's still huge to this day. We played a little bit of the online I have it for 360, but I also got the remastered version. I downloaded it on the PS4 and PS5, and online is supported for those versions. So we were able to play some Modern Warfare online, and I don't know, like I can't see us getting into it huge. But how was your experience with playing online Call of Duty?
So my experience with Call of Duty Online, when I played with you,
Yeah.
I was way better.
Than me? I don't know.
I launched a nuke. How many times you launched a nuke?
Don't worry about it. Tell your experience. Let's hear your experience, not mine.
So my experience was, it was fun. I hated that when you would jump on a barrel, I kept jumping on the same barrel to see if it was actually working, if it was actually a glitch. I would get stuck on the barrel.
You got stuck?
Yeah, because there was this. I thought I just got glitched out, but I went back in and tried it again.
So there's a little environment glitch, maybe?
Yeah, but it was fun once you got the thing.
Every
time you level up, you get better guns.
Yeah.
But
at the beginning, if you kill somebody, you go and pick up their gun because it's probably got a bunch of perks on it. It's got a bunch of better scopes and handling and grips. Gun. Yeah, it's just a better gun. Because we were low level, so we don't have a lot of upgrades for our weapons yet.
But when I walked in there, it was fun.
We just did team deathmatch, right?
Team deathmatch. I liked when I wasn't on his team.
You're against me?
Yeah, because you would not carry. There was this one guy named something. Oh, it was Reese. It was Reese something.
Yeah.
And he was so good. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of uneven, wasn't it, the lobby that we were in? But, yeah, we played that a few times, and it, brought back some memories. Right now, Call of Duty Warzone seems to be the most popular thing that people are playing. I haven't played any Warzone. But
Black Ops 6, you mean?
Right, and then the mode that they play online is Warzone, which is kind of like Fortnite, right? You drop in, collect your weapons, and try and be the last squad standing type thing. So that seems to be what everyone's doing in Call of Duty these days. But these old games, for me, going back and playing the story and really paying attention to what was happening, because back in the day when I would play them, awesome stories, but kind of hard to follow, because a lot of the time you finish a mission and then it just kind of a map will show up and show you what part of the world you're in, and then it'll show which character you are, and then it'll zoom in on you, and you're not really told what's happening. You're just a soldier here's your mission, go do it. So why am I doing it? What am I doing? Maybe you're collecting some intel, then they maybe won't tell you what that intel even was. You're just a soldier. This is your mission. Do it. You don't need to know everything. So unless you're really focusing, you'll get to know the characters a little bit, like those guys Jackson and McTavish, and then what was the bad guy's name? I'll bring that up in a minute. But you'll get to know the characters a little bit, but not you kind of lose like where you are and what you're doing exactly. But this time I really sat down, took a ton of notes, and I'm going to go through the story here a bit.
In the game, we captured his son, right? What game was that we captured his son?
Well, we'll get to that. I'm going to go through the story right now.
Yeah, but like then we like I gotta shoot his arm off.
Yep, that's right. So you start off as Soap McTavish and you do the training mission. And you just go through and shoot the targets and everything and try and do it as fast as you can. And
it was hard.
Then they recommend what difficulty you should play the game on. And I got regular, played on regular. And you could go through and play it like 5 times until they're like, oh yeah, you can play this on or whatever. I'm like, no, I want to play this on regular. I don't want to grind my way through this game.
Same, I kept doing that. I kept going, I kept restarting it because I was not doing good.
I got regular first try and I was like, that's exactly what I want to play it on anyways. Then the story will flow nicely. It'll give me a little bit of a challenge, but I'm not going to have to like really grind, because sometimes grinding it slows down the game and you don't get a feel for the story as much, and it can be frustrating.
I kept trying to get easy, and I got easy on my 3rd try.
So the first mission you do is you infiltrate a cargo ship in the middle of the night. And you're looking to retrieve a document. You don't know why. You don't know what the document is. But that's what you're doing. You get the document and the boat sinks. Then you switch over to Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. And I believe that's where Jackson is. And you see Yassan al-Falini, who is the president of Saudi Arabia, gets executed. He's murdered. And your Russian contact who told you about the information on that boat that you hijacked ends up getting taken hostage. So now you have to go play as Sergeant Paul Jackson and go free the hostage and capture the person that killed the Saudi Arabian president, and his name is Al-Assad.
It doesn't got their straws on that.
That's right. A little bit of a jumping ahead of us there a little bit. You break into an area where you think he is, but it's just a TV station where he's broadcasting from. So you end up going and securing a tank. And then you switch back. So you're switching back and forth between characters throughout the entire game. So in Saudi Arabia, you play as Sergeant Jackson. Then you go to Russia and you play as Soap McTavish.
My favorite Soap McTavish.
You rescue the informant, and your chopper is shot down, and you have to reach extraction on foot. You hop on an airship and provide air support to protect a church on the ground.
Like, what do you mean by air support? Like, if you jump, is it in midair?
Air support is like an airplane looking down and shooting bombs and machine guns from the airplane.
No, and you got super jump, and you super jumped in midair and jumped into the plane, did you?
That sounds like more like Fortnite than Call of Duty.
There's no super jumping in Fortnite. You can't super jump. Let me get a medallion.
They apparently got intel on where Assad really is now, and Jackson now joined the fight in Saudi Arabia via chopper with grenade cannon. As you're going to get Assad, one of your choppers is shot down, and you have to go save the pilot in enemy territory, which was actually a pretty quick mission. Oh, yeah. So then as you go to save the pilot, Al-Assad detonates a nuke in Saudi Arabia. You crawl from the wreckage and see a huge mushroom cloud in the air. Like this is massive devastation. And he shot it off in his own country. Assad flees to Russia with Soap McTavish on his tail. They beat him up and question him about where he got the bomb before they execute him. Imran Zakayev is his supplier. You flash back 15 years to Ukraine, and this is the mission that you played, where you and another guy wearing the ghillie suits are sneaking in to Russian forces. The Imran. This is back 15 years ago when you met Imran.
And it gets bombed, and you have to grab the rope in 3 seconds.
He's trying to smuggle materials out of Chernobyl, which I explained to you was a massive nuclear power plant that blew up back in the day and created radiation poisoning all over the countryside. It was a massive, well-known disaster. But this guy went in there and he's smuggling materials out of there, which is because that's what he does. He smuggles nuclear materials. He sold Assad the nuke that he set off in Saudi Arabia. So this is what this guy's been doing for 15 years. So you go in there, two snipers in ghillie suits. You sneak in. And you end up, Imran kind of catches up with you guys, and you end up shooting his arm right off.
Because of the wind. So there's this little, like,
that's right.
And it's, like, getting pointed that way, so you know the wind's getting pointed that way. So you have to shoot at his other arm.
You're sniping him, that's right.
You have to snipe at his other arm, and the bullet will curve at his other arm.
And you end up not killing him, but he loses an arm. And then the guy that you're with, McMillan, is injured by a helicopter that crashes, and you have to carry him to the carousel and wait for extraction. And that's when waves and waves of enemies are coming in. And that was a tough part.
That took us like 55 million tries.
And we finally beat it. I remember that being hard way back when I played this game a long time ago.
I beat it.
So you flash back to present day, and you need to escape after assassinating Al-Assad. After escaping, we find a location on Zakayev's son and go on a mission to capture him to get Zakayev's location. You ends up catching up with Zakayev's son, and he shoots himself so that you can't torture him and get information out of him.
That was a hard mission as well.
Yeah. You do end up getting intel on a factory that has weapons of mass destruction, however, and rescue Griggs, who has been taken hostage, but are too late for the missile launch. Break in anyway and enter the abort codes, then escape with enemies in hot pursuit. A helicopter blows up the bridge while you're trying to get away, and Zakayev shows up. Now his son is dead, so he's not too happy to see them. You guys are injured on the ground because you're shot down, and Captain Price slides a pistol over to McTavish, and he pulls up and shoots Zakayev in the head just before reinforcements arrive. The end. Just like it said in the rundown at the beginning, it has a more cinematic approach to it than other war games. This is really about the story and these characters. You get to know Soap McTavish quite well over.
Modern Warfare 2 is like the longest one.
That and my favorite one actually. But this one was great. What did you think of this game?
Fun.
I really liked following the story and paying attention to this one.
Pretty fun movie.
It's like you're playing a war movie, really. And watching Warfare and then playing these games was the perfect combination because the air support looks the exact same in both movies. A lot of the locations, like Saudi Arabia, feels a lot like Iraq, like a lot of sand-blown streets and running along the tops of the rooftops. So it'd be similar to a North America type thing, right? Like you could go to certain places in the States that would look like certain places in Canada. It's kind of similar in that way.
About the movie, I saw this on my VR the one day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 4 or 3 months ago. It was Modern Warfare 1. It was like a war game. It's kind of like on VR. And it was like you would run through like Modern Warfare.
Mm. I don't know if it's an actual Modern Warfare, but they do have a lot of shooter games on VR.
Are you going to tell me about the games that you got on my VR?
Yep, we're going to do that at the end of this.
That.
Modern Warfare 1, amazing story, and quick, too. You can rip through this game in less than 8 hours.
8 hours?
And I like that there's you have Saudi Arabia and Ukraine and Russia. So you're jumping back from completely different countries, different locations. There's the mission on the boat as well. So you get a lot of different terrain. It's not the same thing. It doesn't feel repetitive. Very cinematic and epic and a breeze too. You can rip through it. So I highly recommend you play all 3 of these games in a row. Because now...
I recommend going by backwards. I recommend going by Modern Warfare 3, then Modern Warfare 2, and then Modern Warfare 1. That's what I would think of being fun.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Why would that be terrible?
Because all the stories are connected.
Oh.
Why would you do it backwards?
Oh, they are connected?
They are, and we'll get into that right away. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 from 2009 is a first-person shooter video game developed by Infinity Ward and published by Activision for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 video game consoles and the Microsoft Windows operating system. Officially announced on February 11th, 2009, the game was released worldwide on November 10th, 2009. It is the 6th installment to the Call of Duty series and the direct sequel to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, continuing the same storyline with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 set to end the storyline. So it's a trilogy of games.
So like about that, about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
About it? What did you play this on? Did you play this on PS3?
Right here, baby.
Or 16, 18?
I got the Steelbook Special Edition Xbox 360. I was a big Xbox guy.
Did you? So you're I'm a
PlayStation boy.
Can I ask you
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
question? So about it, did you stay up late and then like drove yourself to the store and bought it when it released?
Yeah, I definitely lined up for the midnight release for this game. Absolutely.
Midnight?
Yeah.
Were you and your friends all together?
Yeah, I believe it was at EB Games. We all went and lined up outside and hung out and played hacky sack and waited for the game to get released at midnight and then came home and played it all night.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you guys beat it all night?
We probably went straight online and just played online right away.
Who was it?
Would have been Court and Javi. Maybe Vez. Ron.
I've never met Vez.
Dylan.
Why do you call him Vez?
Maurice Chavez. That's what his nickname is because Maurice Chavez was he was a radio host on one of the radio stations on Call of Duty Vice City, I believe, or San Andreas, one of them. Or no, did I say Call of Duty? I mean Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Vice City or maybe it was San Andreas. Maurice Chavez was one of the radio hosts, and he did an awesome impression of that guy and quoted him all the time. So we called him Chavez, and then we just started calling him Vez. That's how he got that nickname.
Do you still call him Vez?
I call him Vez, yeah. So, this game, let's get into the plot of this one.
Do you still hang out with Court?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you hang out with Ron?
No.
Why?
He's different lives, buddy.
What does he do?
He goes hiking in the mountains all the time.
Really?
Yeah, that's his hobby. I'm not much of a hiker. I like camping in the mountains, but
I don't like camping.
Modern Warfare 2. You play as Private Joseph Allen. It starts in Afghanistan, but you get reassigned to General Shepard, sends you undercover to get Makarov, who is the new Zakhaev in Russia. So you killed Zakhaev in the first game, and this guy named Makarov just moved in and basically took over the nuclear arms race in Russia. So you killed one guy, and a new guy just stepped in, Makarov. You go undercover and join this Zakhaev's group.
Why would you join the Zakhaev's group if,
Or Makarov's group, sorry.
Yeah, Zakhaev's group, I didn't understand.
Zakhaev's dead. No, you join Makarov. And then you switch to someone named Roach and McTavish in the snow, and you're mountain climbing. And I remember this mission from back in the day. just a cool way to start the game off. You're in like the snow-covered mountains. You're using pickaxes to smash your pickaxes into the ice to climb up this mountainside and then infiltrate this Russian base in the snow. What are you doing? There's a downed ACL module in the snowy mountains, whatever that means. I looked it up. Doesn't really matter. Use the ACL module to hack Russian terrorists and add Joseph Allen into their ranks undercover as Alexei Borodin under the command of Colonel Shepard. So yeah, Colonel Shepard tells you to get this ACL module so you can go into Makarov's computer systems and add add Joseph Allen as undercover, and his name's Alexei Borodin. So then when they go and they look in their database, they're like, oh yeah, Alexei Borodin's one of us. And so they sneak him into the Russian terrorist group. At the start of this game, it says scenes in this game might be offending to some players. Do you want to cut out the offensive scenes?
Why?
Well, because that's the next mission that comes up. I was like, I wonder what the offensive scene is. I left him in. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be offended. Let's do it. And I'm like, I wonder what it is. And so as Joseph Allen, after I forgot, you get one part that was cool after that mountain climbing mission. At the end, you escape on snowmobiles. You have to rip down this hill, shooting guys, and then you jump over this massive gap and then get extracted out of there. But then, so now that Joseph Allen is part of Makarov's group, you do a mission where you go to an airport and you just gun everybody down in the airport. Civilians, security guards.
That's offending.
It would be very disturbing to a lot of people. You are just murdering innocent people.
Why?
And it's kind of messed up because, well, I'll tell you why in a minute.
Okay.
And this brought me back a lot to old school games, because nowadays you can do whatever you want in a video game probably and get away with it. Whereas back in the day, you know that game I got upstairs called Manhunt?
Yeah.
When that game came out, people were like protesting it and trying to take it off the shelves and saying it was disgusting and disturbing and why has a game like this ever been made? And it was getting banned in certain areas and this and that. And then another game came out called State of Emergency, and it was all about going into shopping malls and just shooting everybody. There's just like crowds and waves of people, and you're just firing in, and you can just mow people down. And they're like, it was all over the news. Like State of Emergency and Manhunt were all over the news, and then Grand Theft Auto came out, and like people were always getting super offended over video games. Nowadays, everyone's a little more adjusted to...
Oh, I want that game where you go on the shopping spree.
I want to get that game. I saw it on Marketplace the other day.
Really?
It's kind of a rare game, so you can't usually find it. It's a PS2 game, and you can't really find it for less than $40 usually.
What's it called?
State of Emergency. But
I want to get it.
I plan on getting it eventually. I'll find it for a good deal. It pops up every now and then.
I want to.
But that's what this mission reminded me of, was that State of Emergency game. And at first I was kind of just walking, not shooting anybody. I'm like, I wonder if they're going to yell at me for not shooting anybody, because I'm supposed to be...
Instead of Emergency?
No, in this one, because you join the terrorist group, the Russians, and you're supposed to be gunning everybody down, and I was just not shooting anybody. I'm like, I wonder if they're going to get mad at me and like catch on that I'm not shooting anyone. But then I just started shooting people.
You should not have. You're bad. You're going to jail.
And so you get to the end of the end of the airport, and you're getting into a van to escape, and Makarov kicks you out of the van and shoots you, because he knew all along that you were an American and you were planted in there by the Americans. He wasn't fooled by you getting the ACL module and adding him in and everything. He knew exactly what was going on. He ends up shooting you and leaving you there, and then blaming the whole airport massacre on Americans.
That was him.
It was him. But since you had a troop, and Soap McTavish is your boss, and he sent you in there undercover, and you took part in the massacre, and they left you and blamed the whole thing on you. So now he's in Soap McTavish. If anyone finds out that he had anything to do with that, He's in trouble. Yeah. Or no, not so McTavish. Colonel Shepard, sorry. Colonel Shepard's the one that told you to go undercover, sent you in there, and then you get blamed for it. So now your mission is to find Makarov in order to prove it was him who was behind the massacre. So you trace the bullets from the massacre to a gun dealer in Brazil named Alejandro Rojas. And you find one of his associates and shoot him in the legs so that McTavish can torture him and get information out of him. You have to chase him all through like the rooftops and stuff of Brazil. So now you've been in Russia and you've been in Brazil in this game. Again, I really like the jumping around of locations because you don't get sick of the same scenery. You get to fight in Brazil, you get to fight in Russia, and it moves on from there as well.
Is that the end of the game?
Oh no, we got to find Makarov because right now Russia wants to go to war with the U.S. because of the massacre at the airport. They think that it was the Americans that did it.
Yeah, but then wouldn't America just get help from Canada and they would just win?
Well, you want to avoid war whenever you can, right?
Yeah, but like...
You don't want to go to war, especially if it was because of a terrorist and not actually, like, the Americans didn't actually do anything. It was a terrorist group that framed them. So it'd be better to prove what actually happened instead of just going to war just because we could win. Right?
So, we could still win.
Yeah, but a lot of people would die.
So, still win.
That's a horrible way of thinking.
Well, like, we're protecting our country.
Well, what if there's a different way to do it?
I would do it the different way.
But you're kind of right in a way because you switched to Private James Ramirez and Russia has attacked USA. Virginia to be exact. And you get someone talking to you over the comms named Sergeant Foley. And Sergeant Foley, I got to look him up real quick. He he's voice acted. This is the first voice actor that you can just tell exactly who it is by hearing his voice. And I'm going to bring it up right now. It is Keith David, who has been in a million awesome movies.
Thing! He's in Thing. And what's that? Is that Caroline?
Coraline.
Coraline's a great movie.
Nope. Requiem for a Dream.
Is
Nice
that-
Guys. Thing. Mr. and Mrs.
Prin-
Smith.
Prince and the
Princess.
Frog.
Hercules.
Mufasa,
They
great
Live.
movie.
Platoon. Armageddon. There's Something About Mary. Cloud Atlas. Roadhouse. Crash. Pitch Black.
The
Chronicles of Riddick.
new Super Dog movie.
Super Pets. Clockers, Dead Presidents, Volcano.
Freebirds.
This guy's done it all, and now his voice
Go all the way down.
is all over this game for the rest of the game, and so it's kind of cool hearing such a recognizable
Lot
voice
of great
actor.
movies. Catwoman.
Spawn. That's what I looked up. I looked up the Spawn animated trilogy from HBO back in the day. That's where I was like, I know what movie he's in. He did the voice
Who
for
made
Spawn.
Little Man? Who made Little Man?
Little Man. We should have talked about that at the beginning.
Yeah. We don't need
We'll
it.
talk about it on the next podcast. That movie's awesome.
Search it up. Who made it?
Little Man.
Who made Little Man?
Little Man.
I love that movie. I recommend
There's the Wayans
it.
brothers. They wrote and directed it. Keenan Ivory Wayans. He's the dad.
I love that movie. Best movie.
Man. All these guys gave it crappy rate. That's RJ gave it a 0.5 star.
RJ?
Yeah. Should I text him?
Yeah.
What's up with your Lil Man rating, dude? That movie's fire.
It's awesome.
It's so good.
Text them.
I will later, after the pod. So now we need to... Where am I here? Yeah, so... Oh, come on.
Who gave us the idea of doing the podcast? I forget who did.
Oh. So, who gave us the idea? It was your idea because we listen to podcasts all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And you wanted to do one, so We're doing it. I'm down. Let's do it. Fist pound. So, Virginia is the first point of contact, first place to get attacked by the Russians. Then we switch back to Roach in Rio de Janeiro, escaping after interrogating Rojas. You have to escape now, Rio. Rooftop chases, memorable locations, fun mission. Back to Ramirez defending Virginia. You have to escort a tank through town and find a briefcase for whatever reason. Back to Roach, who is now flying to Russia to an oil rig to retrieve a person of interest. The oil rigs are being attacked, I believe, or they're trying to get taken over by the Russian groups.
Can't you just explode the oil rig and then...
No, because there's a bunch of... You want to save the oil riggers, basically, is what it is. They're trying to turn these oil rigs that are just off the coast of Russia into kind of like lookout towers because they have a base on land. So they take over these oil rigs, and so then if anybody's coming in from the ocean, they see them first from these,
Did I
these
watch
rigs.
you do this one?
You enter the oil rig via submarine, and you kind of come underneath the bottom of the rig and jump up and pull some guys in the water and stab them, and then you got to go in and rescue all the hostages.
What number was that where I watched you? Let me whisper it so they don't hear it. That one that I watched where you went undercover those people and came undercover. What number was that? Where you came undercover, your whole team just came undercover and turned into the Russians.
I don't remember.
Oh, when was that?
I don't remember.
I think that was...
We'll see if it's in my notes. We'll see. So you save all the hostages, and then you move into land. And there's an old gulag, which is kind of like a castle or like a prison almost. Via helicopter. Oh, it's an old castle and is now a prison. That's what I have in my notes. That's funny. It's now a prison. The person of interest is Captain Price from Modern Warfare 1. He's been taken hostage, and you rescue him, and you're pulled out by helicopters. The Navy starts bombing the gulag. So you grab onto this helicopter, and it starts pulling you up out through the roof of the gulag as the gulag's exploding. It's an awesome scene. Yeah. And it's sweet when you rescue Price because you're playing as Soap McTavish, and you know each other. And you're like, no way, it's Price. And so these two guys are back together. And now for the rest of the games, it's Soap and Price. You all of a sudden get like this buddy feeling. You're really getting to know these characters a lot and everything they've gone through. So you're really getting attached to the characters by this point. Back to Ramirez in Washington Monument and the White House. And it's an absolute war zone, which is insane, actually. Playing war, Russia has attacked the United States. You're playing what everyone's biggest fear is, basically, right? If Russia attacks the States and the war is brought to home soil, you're playing it, and it is absolutely nuts. You're running through the trenches to clear an area for the evacuation team, hopping in a helicopter that gets shot down. Back to Price and Roach. Price is going AWOL with a plan to end the war. As you break in, you witness nuclear missiles being launched. You cut to an astronaut in outer space watching the missiles hit the U.S., setting off a massive EMP blast. Ramirez is in Washington trying to find cover as helicopters start falling from the sky and all radios are down. Even red dot on the guns don't work. And anything that is electronic is down.
Dang.
Yeah, the Russians launched missiles that shut all electronics down. So you can't
even see your red dot on your gun.
Now, and this is really weird because the whole time you've been playing, you can't even see the red dot. No, the whole time you've been playing the game, you're in constant radio connection to the rest of the squads. Everyone's telling you where to go. Everyone's telling you where the enemy is. Now all of a sudden everything's down, and you're just like, okay, this is where I think we should go. And it's so quiet. The game, it's not quiet because there's still shooting and everything going. But you have no radio now for the first time in the game, and it completely changes the whole feel.
That'd be fun.
The whole tone of the game.
No radio for the game.
But it's also scary because you don't know where anyone is, who's alive, where everyone's meeting up,
If your friend's still alive.
You have no communication. It is a very weird feeling in the game.
If Soap is still alive.
You regroup at the White House where you successfully fight off the remaining Russian troops in Virginia. We need to find Makarov so the world can see that he started the war. There are 2 possible safe houses he could be hiding in, one in Russia and one in Afghanistan. Roach takes Russia. He's not there, so we collect intel from the computers. You have to protect the house while it downloads and then escape. Colonel Shepard is a traitor. That's right. So you're in this cabin in Russia. You hook up to the cabin and start downloading, and then you go downstairs where they're keeping this armory, and you set up claymores all around. You can set them up wherever you want. You just need to protect this house while you download. And there's a downstairs and upstairs with 2 entrances, and so you're just setting up claymores, hoping, and then you can hear them going off. So you're like, oh man, there's guys coming in from the basement. They just set off my claymores. Meanwhile you're shooting guys upstairs. Then you run back downstairs, set some more claymores. And then once you get the download, you run out the back door and down this one hill, and there's just Russians everywhere. And there's a helicopter at the bottom of the hill. When you get there, Shepard turns to Roach and shoots him.
Who's Shepard?
Shepard is the guy in charge of the Americans. He's the one running the show. He shoots you. You just did a mission for him. You just collected the intel that he told you to get to. You go. He's on this helicopter that you're supposed to hop on and get flown to safety. He shoots you and then burns your body.
Why'd he shoot you?
Because Soap and Price, that actually, you know what, that wasn't very clear to me when I was playing the game. I had to kind of look it up a little bit. But basically, you know, at the beginning when you went
and found soap,
when you shot up that airport,
yeah,
that was his orders. He sent you undercover to join Makarov, and then Makarov shot you and left you there, and that's why the whole war started. And that was Shepard's plan that went wrong. So it's actually his fault. And so now he wants to take the intel that you got for where Makarov is, and you know that the whole war was started because of a Shepard's plan that went wrong. So now you're dead. So you can't. No one will.
Makarov?
No one will find out. No, you're one of the good guys. So Shepard's a bad guy now. Shepard just killed one of his own troops to hide what Shepard did. And now Shepard's going to go get Makarov and take all the glory for himself. So
what about Soap and...
Soap and Price know about Shepard's betrayal. They hear about it over the comms. And they're in Afghanistan. Both Makarov and Shepard are fighting there. So Shepard finds out where Makarov is. He takes his troops over to go catch Makarov, and Soap and Price show up. And Shepard has called them deserters, and he's basically said that Soap and Price are enemies of the U.S. now, even though they're not. So Shepard is turning all the U.S. troops against Soap and Price because he wants to clean up the paper trail. He doesn't want anyone finding out what he's done. He needs to take out these last 2 guys. So they show up, and there's a big war going on. Shepard's men versus Makarov's men. And then Soap and Price show up in the middle, and they're fighting both sides. So they're trying to make their way over. And they end up escaping the battle from Nicholas, who is a Russian contact. That's the Russian contact from the beginning when you went and saved that Russian hostage. His name was Nicholas. So now he is helping Soap and Price because he knows that they're good guys because they saved him earlier before. So he's on their side. Soap and Price go after Shepard at Shepard's base. They chase him out on boats and blow up his helicopter, and they find him in the wreckage, and Shepard stabs Soap. He then starts to beat Price to death. As he's watching, Soap pulls out a knife out of his chest, because Shepard stabbed him in the chest with a knife. Soap pulls the knife out of his chest and throws it at Shepard's face as he's beating up Price on the ground. Nicholas shows up in a helicopter as Price is dying on the ground, and Shepard's dead, and Soap is lying there with a huge wound in his chest, and Nicolas pulls up in a helicopter, and the game ends.
Damn.
Yeah,
Are you gonna play as Nicholas in the next game?
That was so awesome. What an ending. Shepard's dead, who has been a good guy the whole game until he turns on Roach. And then you're like,
so what do you mean? Did Soap die?
So you don't know what happened to Soap and
McTavish?
Soap is McTavish. Soap McTavish is his name, and Price and Soap. So Price was getting his face pummeled in by Shepard, and Soap had a knife in his chest that he pulled out and threw it into Shepard's face.
So are they both alive?
Well, I guess we gotta find out in Modern Warfare 3.
Bro, dang!
Isn't that crazy? It's such a good story. Like, you're so invested, and that game there, story-wise, is my favorite of the three. You got Brazil, you got Russia, and then the fight goes to U.S. soil, and those scenes are just mind-blowing.
Was that the longest one?
I don't know. Maybe from my write-up it was, as far as plot goes, but just an absolute epic storyline. Flows well with the first game too. Like, this is a trilogy of games. They're all connected. But if you'd notice, they killed Shepard, but Makarov is still alive, isn't he?
Maybe Shepard's dead.
Shepard's dead. Makarov's still alive. So now we go to Modern Warfare 3.
Do you know if Makarov is dead?
Makarov is still alive.
Do you know if what's his name is still alive?
Let's see what they say about Modern Warfare 3 on Backlogged, the Backlogged app that I use to log all of my games. 2011. So these games came out in a 4-year span, one every 2 years.
Damn.
It's pretty good. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is a first-person shooter video game developed by Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games with Raven. Okay, they told us nothing in that write-up. That's fine. It is the finale to the trilogy, and I'll tell you more than that right now. It picks up right where the last one ended. Price and Nikolai bring Soap to a safe house in Afghanistan. So Soap is dying. He got stabbed in the chest with a massive knife.
So Soap and Price are both still alive?
They're both still alive. Nikolai picked them up in his helicopter, and they flew to Afghanistan, where Nikolai knows some Russians.
Good guys?
Good Russians. Set up in they have a safe house in Afghanistan that they can take, because Price and Soap are still enemies of the state. They're still on the run from the U.S. military because of Shepard saying that they were bad.
Who's the guy that kicked remember when McTavish kicked all the car and then got shot? Or was that the other guy that died?
Makarov. Makarov's still alive.
Makarov's still alive after he got shot from the helicopter?
Shot from the helicopter.
Who got shot from the helicopter from their boss?
That was the first guy in the first one. What was his name again? Zakayev.
Is Zakayev still alive?
Zakayev's dead. Makarov took over Zakayev's job, and then he's the one that's framed them for the airport massacre. And
so Makarov was the main target, and he's still alive.
He's still alive. They ended up changing and going after Shepard because Shepard tried to make them take the fall for everything.
And killed what's his name?
And killed
Zakharov.
No, he killed what was his name? Roach.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is Roach still alive?
Roach is dead.
Dang
Because
it.
they burnt his body. They let you know. You watch it from you're playing as Roach, so you're dead on the ground. I'm like, come on, somebody come save me. Somebody come save me. And they just like light you on fire. I'm like, you are dead. So Roach is definitely dead.
Roach was my favorite from the game too. When I watched Roach was my favorite.
So yeah, Soap is dying.
Soap.
And he's in a safe house in Afghanistan. You cut back to the war in the U.S. We now follow Sergeant Frost on a mission in New York to disable the Russians' communication blockers.
I would not trust anyone at this point.
So exactly. So you're trying to turn. I know. I don't trust Nikolai. I didn't trust Nikolai because, well, I mean, he's Russian, but he does seem to like prove himself as being loyal because he keeps saving them. But we now follow Frost. He needs to turn the communications back on because nobody has radio still in U.S. Once the radar jammers are destroyed, the Air Force is able to come in and push the Russian troops to the coast. There, you infiltrate one of their submarines and turn its weapons against the rest of the fleet and then escape by boat. So all the Russians came in by boat. You go in and sneak onto one of their boats and end up turning it against all the other boats and taking out their whole fleet. You go back to Afghanistan. One of Nikolai's associates named Yuri now joins our group. Him and Price need to fight off Russian troops while a doctor operates on Soap. Then we have to escort him to an escape helicopter. Andrei Kharkov, bodyguard for the Russian president, is at a meeting with the U.S. president. Their plane is hijacked and crashes. He survived. Oh yeah, that was a cool mission. The Russian president is going to meet with the U.S. president, and you go on the Russian plane that has the Russian president on it and play as one of his bodyguards named Andrei Kharkov. The plane's hijacked and crashes. Kharkov survives, and we get to a chopper, but Makarov is inside and takes the president hostage and kills all the bodyguards. He wants Russia to take over all of Europe through nuclear force. So Makarov has nukes, and he wants Russia to just expand and take over Ukraine, Germany, Italy, all the countries of Europe, and just be Russia. Yuri, Soap, and Price go to one of Makarov's safe houses in the Congo. Now we're in the Congo, another location that we get to visit. Again, I really like jumping locations, so you don't, the location that you're at doesn't get stale. You keep changing the scenery, which is nice. You want to steal supplies from one of Makarov's safe houses and look for intel. A helicopter takes off just as you arrive. Burns, a member of the British military. He plays a guy named Burns in Great Britain now. Attempting to intercept the package that left the Congo. Enemy flees on a train, and we chase them underground, causing a massive collision. That was crazy. You go back above ground and intercept one of the shipping trucks. Elsewhere, trucks just start detonating all over Europe. Russia's invading Germany and Britain and different countries across Europe. Nuclear warfare or chemical warfare. They set these bombs off everywhere. Frost is helicoptered in to save the German vice president who's being held hostage. Take tanks through the town and save him. Back to Yuri and Soap looking for Makarov, this time in Somalia. We capture General Warabi and interrogate him using gas. He tells us about Makarov's associate named Volk, who is in Paris. We try to escape, but Yuri's helicopter is shot down in the middle of a sandstorm. We evacuate and leave via jeep. Price contacts Frost, who is wanted... Price is wanted by the U.S. military and fills them in on Volk, the bomb maker. He joins Burns and Sandman in the catacombs under France. Now we're in the catacombs under France, another location. We chase Volk and eventually catch him after a high-speed pursuit. Then we have to escape on foot with air support. The fight ends at the Eiffel Tower, which is destroyed. Huge monument in France, like probably the most...
Not true. That's not true. The Eiffel Tower is still up, right?
Oh, this whole story is not true.
I know.
But the Eiffel Tower goes down. So we fought at the White House, now we fought at the Eiffel Tower. Like big popular landmarks are just being destroyed.
Remember where was it, New York, where the two buildings got like savage? They drove it into the buildings. Was that New York?
That was New York. That was the Twin Towers. Me and your sister were watching a movie earlier today called Maniac Cop. And it's
Today?
When you were down here gaming, and it takes place in New York, and the Twin Towers are standing. You see them a lot in that movie. Back to Yuri. After interrogating Volk, we find out about a meeting with Makarov in Prague, the Czech Republic, which is a war zone. Yuri, Price, and Soap get into position for the meeting. It's an ambush. Makarov straps a bomb to Kamarov, the informant, the guy that told you about the meeting. The trio escape just in time and flee on foot. Soap is shot and dies from his wound.
No!
Yeah. Soap McTavish gets shot and dies.
He's my favorite.
That was... Roach was a tough death to watch. Seeing Shepard die was crazy, but Soap McTavish dying is like Price and Soap were homies. They were in it together, and Soap dies.
Like my favorite. I like Soap better than Price.
As he dies, he tells Price that Makarov knows Yuri.
Yuri, who's Yuri?
Yuri is the Russian that has been what's his name?
Helps Nicholas.
He was at the safe house that Nikolai took them to. Yeah, he's one of Nikolai's buddies.
So like him and Soap and McTavish. So Soap and McTavish's friendship is like Yuri and Nicholas's friendship.
Right. So Price holds a gun to... Where is it? I lost my spot. Price holds a gun to Yuri's head and tells him to explain himself. We flash back to Yuri and Makarov together in Ukraine. They were friends until Makarov detonated the WMD. Yuri betrayed Makarov, and Makarov shot him and left him for dead, but he survived. Yuri tells Price about a nearby weapon cache in a castle that he suspects Makarov would have fled to. They parachute in at night. Makarov is not there, but we overhear a conversation he is having with the German president who he has hostage. They're going to kidnap his daughter unless he gives them the nuclear launch codes. You switch to Frost in Berlin en route to intercept the president's daughter before Makarov. We get there just as Makarov's men fly off with the president's daughter. We track them to a diamond mine in Siberia, back in Russia. Frost meets Price there. They save the German president, but Sandman is left behind. Sandman is another guy now that has joined your group. Frost and Sandman are both...
buddies?
Yeah. The war is ending, but Price's war ends with Makarov. They meet at Hotel Oasis in Prague. Yuri and Price wear juggernaut suits and walk right in. On top of the hotel, a helicopter destroys part of the building and impales Yuri. Price leaves him, and so Yuri's dead now. Price leaves him and jumps on Makarov's helicopter just as he's taking off. He kills the pilot, and the helicopter crash lands. Price and Makarov fight, and Price wraps a rope around Makarov's neck and smashes him through a glass ceiling and drops him down and hangs him. They both jump through the glass ceiling.
Is he dead?
And so Price lands on the ground, and Makarov has the rope around his neck and gets hung. Price rolls over onto his back, looks up at Makarov hanging there dead, pulls out a cigar and lights it, and smokes the cigar.
Yeah!
The end. Crazy story.
Awesome
It feels like a movie. It feels like I played a trilogy of movies.
I know, I just said awesome movies.
But that's what it is, because it's the storyline is what it's all about, really.
Okay,
it's a fun war game to play.
I recommend those games.
I highly recommend. And they're, like I said, under 10 hours, sometimes under 8 hours. If you really rip through these games, they're quick, they're fast, they're fun, and you get a great story out of it. I just told you the whole story, but, play it for yourself.
By the way, so, are you going to tell me the games that you got my VR?
You want to go there already?
I want to go there already.
Okay, those are our reviews for the Modern Warfare games and Warfare movie. We got a few more things to do before we wrap up today's episode.
I wasn't allowed to play on my VR for like 3 months because he was downloading these games on it. And he wanted to tell me it on the pod.
You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to make you sweat a little longer. We got an email.
An email? Yeah, we got an email from one of our...
And I forgot to read it at the beginning of the episode. We got to do that at the beginning next time. We got to remember to check our emails. Because we got one. We got to sign in here. Of course, I don't have it pulled up or it logged me out. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, we got our very first email of all time. From...
his cousin.
No. It's from somebody that we totally don't know.
We got another one too.
No, that is spam right there. This is from our number one fan of all time. Someone that we've never met in real life.
Not true.
Not true. Here we go. Let's see what he says. Ooh, he went off. Let's go. Thank you for Duncan for writing into us and contributing to the podcast. We really appreciate it. Anyone else that wants to write into us, ListoCorps@hotmail.com. Hit us up. Hey guys, I'm just going to do a bit of a lore dump on some of the questions you asked in that first episode. My notes got to be a bit much, but I think there's a couple tidbits you'll find useful. Gandalf did not know it was the One Ring. He was very wary of magic items, though, as many were made with evil purpose, and not everything is accounted for. But he did begin to suspect seeing the change in Bilbo. When he goes to the libraries of Gondor, sees Isildur's memoir of calling it precious like Gollum did, and that it held secrets only fire can tell, he had to go back to confirm that it was the One Ring. Sauron wasn't always openly evil. Like Saruman in the Fellowship movie, he was like a trusted and powerful mage. He and the elves built all the rings of power together, but the elves didn't know about his One Ring to control them all. The 9 for the Kings of Men easily corrupted them. He couldn't control the 7 for the Dwarf Lords, but it did make them greedy and isolated them in their minds. The elves were able to resist, but decided to kill their magic using the last of it to sail away to the Grey Havens. Oh, so that when the Elf Heaven or whatever, I guess they created using the rings, it sounds like. Where you can go be immortal forever. So that makes a lot of sense. Sauron, it sounds like Sauron secretly built his ring to control everyone's because he wanted power, and power corrupts people. And it made him even more evil as time went on. The Nazgul were the 9 kings of men. They still wear the corrupted rings. Ooh, okay. That makes a lot of sense then. I'm still interested where the Nazgul resting place is. In the game that we played, they always have a spawning point. You kill them, then they respawn. Is that how it is in the books too? Do they kind of go to like a middle purgatory type place and then respawn when they're called upon? Or how exactly do they work, and how are they? And I guess they're controlled by Sauron because of the One Ring that was created by him to control the other rings. But where do they come from? Where do they rest? Where do they hang out? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm interested in with that. In the books, the elves don't come to help at Helm's Deep. Oh.
What?
In the Battle of Helm's Deep, the elves came to help them, right? Yeah. However, elves and dwarves were dealing with a number of battles against Mordor's armies, and the filmmakers wanted a reason to use an elf army. Fair enough. The Army of the Dead was a legion of men that fled instead of joining the men and elves during the intro battle in the Fellowship where Sauron's fingers were cut. Ooh. So they ran away from that war. So they were cowards, and that's why they were cursed with being ghosts. Isildur put a pretty permanent curse on them until they repaid their debt to aid the King of Gondor. So then they came and helped in the new.
Did we tell them that?
Yeah. We just didn't know exactly how they had been cursed. We knew that it was from that war, but not exactly that they were deserters. So. Frodo, Bilbo, Gandalf all go to the Grey Havens. Frodo, Bilbo, Gandalf. Yeah, so they all went. Frodo and Bilbo went with Gandalf on the boats at the end. Right? Because Sam kept the book and it was his story at the end. Gimli also goes with Legolas, the only dwarf to go. Oh, Gimli went too.
Where?
Homie went to Elf Heaven. He puts that at Grey Havens, it's called, and he puts in brackets Elf Heaven because that's what we call it. The mortal races still die there though, but it's happily ever after for them. Okay, so they don't live
forever.
They're not immortal. There's definitely plot holes in this story, but they're at least easier to overlook. Sean Connery was attached to play Gandalf during the pre-production. Would have been a wildly different movie. Yeah, you don't know Sean Connery, but his voice. Sean Connery. He played James Bond, so maybe you'll see some Sean Connery movies if we play some James Bond games later on in the pod at some point. But the guy, oh man, I'm drawing a blank on the actor's name that played Gandalf. He killed it. Do you think he was an awesome Gandalf? Sean Connery would not have done as good of a job. I like Sean Connery, so I'd be fine with that. But Battle for Middle Earth is goated. So Duncan played Battle for Middle Earth 2 on PC, I believe. I may have to go back to play that game again. Tom Bombaldi, yes, is that playable happy dude, super powerful, was in the Fellowship book, but they obviously didn't use him in the movie. Yep, he's like an all-powerful Jack Black. So the lava chicken guy. Unconcerned with mortal affairs for the most part. He helped the hobbits fight ghosts in the books before they came across Strider Aragorn. Cool. So they completely cut that guy from the movies, but he was in the Battle for Middle-earth video game. Remember when I was talking about Battle for Middle-earth, how you can summon heroes and stuff? There, I had mentioned that there was a little dwarf that ran around swinging his hat. He's like skipped around swinging his axe and was super powerful. He said Tom Bombaldi was that character's name. And he just explained that he's in the books, but he's not in the movies.
Yep.
Anyways, that was a fun episode. Really impressed by Listo's knowledge of WWE lore.
What's that?
Means when you talked about WWE, he thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because that's your jam, isn't it? So thanks for writing in, Duncan. Really appreciate it. And we encourage anyone else that listens to this episode, please write in. Let us know.
Any episode, actually.
Let us know your thoughts on the Warfare games. Let us know about the remake of the Warfare games, the Warfare movie. I haven't played any of the Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, the remakes.
We'll throw some batteries in that.
We'll throw some batteries in this night vision and test it out. And let us know. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you have any questions. Let us know if we missed anything.
And let us know what we should do next.
Coming up, we've got a few plans.
Predator.
We're working on Predator right now for our next episode. We've watched Predator 1 and 2. We're reading some of the books. We're gonna
watch Prey, and then we're gonna do it, and then we're gonna do another one, and then we might do another one.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Prey and Killer of Killers. So we're gonna have 4 movies to put into this episode, plus the video game Hunting Grounds. Then in November, a new Predator movie is coming out, and we're gonna watch Alien vs Predator 1 and 2. One. We're gonna watch. We're watching the animated one for this one. Alien vs Predator, Alien vs Predator Requiem, Predators, and The Predator. So all like the 4 middle movies in the series, and then the new one that comes out in November. We'll be able to do a whole ranking of the entire series because we will have watched them all at that time.
Yes.
We're also planning a Jurassic World for the new Jurassic World movie.
And Jurassic and all the other Jurassic movies.
I don't think we're watching them all.
Why?
That's going to be a lot. I think we're so
Isn't
here's
there episodes too?
Here's the plan. Let me break it down. We've got the new Jurassic World movie. We've got Jurassic World Evolution 2 on PlayStation 4 and 5 that we're going to play. That game, I looked it up, it's only like 6 to 8 hours. So we're going to rip through that game. I got another dinosaur game, an old school one for PS2, Turok Evolutions. I'm going to rip through that game as well, and Listo can play it if he wants.
Yeah.
Then, my man, I looked up on the MetaQuest. There's a Jurassic World video game on MetaQuest. I've already downloaded it onto your headset and my headset. And then I downloaded 2 other dinosaur video games for MetaQuest. So we got 5 dinosaur games that we're gonna play to pair up with our.
Is there any other games that you got on the MetaQuest?
No, I just got 3 dinosaur games on there. You saw me playing the one the other day, Dino Hab. That one's kind of silly, but
you have to pick up the poop.
You gotta pick up the poop to fertilize the mushrooms. Yeah. So yeah, Predator. Jurassic World. Oh man, I would love to squeeze in a Superman episode. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it. And then Final Fantasy.
We could do.
And then maybe
Terminator.
Well, those are the 3 that we definitely have planned, and we still need to keep working on our Lord of the Rings Part 2. So
maybe Halo and Terminator.
Maybe Halo, Terminator, The Matrix.
The Matrix, probably not.
Oh, we're doing The Matrix, baby. I got 2 Matrix video games, and you've never seen the trilogy, so we are absolutely going to do Matrix at some point.
Maybe we might do some other ones. Maybe a WWE trilogy, maybe.
Something. Okay, so those are our 4 episodes that we were definitely working on. We got lots of work cut out for us, so we're not going to plan too far ahead. There's 4, maybe 5.
Do a family episode, maybe.
Who knows, man? Who knows what we'll do? But
that's the wrap.
That's it for today. We are on Spotify. We are ListoCorps. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We are on Google Podcasts. We are on Instagram. Look us up. Rate us. Give us some love. Follow us. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Welcome to the show, it's the father-son vibe. ListoCorps, yeah, we're keeping it alive. Talking movies, board games, video game grind. Two minds combined, sharp wit intertwined. ListoCorps, where the convo's a feast. From the classics to the new, with the beauty and the beast. Grab a seat, hit play, let the banter increase. Father and son, we unleash the unleashed. Corpse got the wisdom, the dad jokes galore. Listo bringing heat, young blood never a bore. Controllers and hand dice hitting the floor. Breaking down the lore, always coming back for more. From the screen to the table, we dissect and explore. Hidden gems and blockbusters, legends and the lore. Press start, roll the dice, open up the next door. Father-son duo, never hear you yell and snore. Corpse got the deep cuts, Listo keeps it fresh. Opinions fly sharp like a cinematic sketch. Talking plot twist, Easter eggs, what to digest. A podcast, a quest, every topic gets addressed. ListoCorps, where the convo's a feast. From the classics to the new, with the beauty and the beast. Grab a seat, hit play, let the banter increase. Father and son, we unleash the unleashed.